Danny, can you please post a link for Facebook?
Good
evening to all.
Good evening.
I think Facebook district page, we are streaming live there.
See, Kishan has joined our Kishan Tibriola.
Can you post in that Shaker and Movers group?
He is there. Kishan Tibrewal is there. Yes, Amanda, you're saying something?
Yes, can you post a link of Facebook in the Shaker and Movers group?
I think Danny can do it.
Yeah, thanks.
Done. It has come. Oh, it's in here.
Hi, Sanjogi.
Yeah, Amanda, sorry, I was on a phone. The link is here on the chat.
Okay.
Can you post it in the Shaker and Movers group?
Yeah, I'm posting it. Just hold on.
Okay, thanks.
Any later start?
Yeah, Arindam is playing the starting.
Okay, okay.
Just waiting for. Arindam, you can start. Arindam?
Yes, good evening. I'm starting.
Yeah. Good evening, friends. We come today to the second day of the District Training Assembly. I would straight away like to ask the co-host club president, Rotary Tapati Dasgupta, to please call the meeting to order.
Good evening to everyone. Friends, we call have made at Asansol to enjoy DTA in person, but we has obstructed us from doing so. Alternately, I am privileged to call today's virtual DTA meeting to order.
Thank you. I now request co-chair of the program, past President Rotary Deepak Kumar Rudra, to please give the welcome address.
Good evening, friends.
Good evening.
I hope you and your family all are safe and fine. Firstly, I must thank our club president, Tapati Dasgupta, for showing her confidence to select me as a DTA chairperson. I, on behalf of our Rotary Club Greater, welcome DTA-elect Rotarian Mohan Kanwar, District Governor, I think he's present there, Rotarian Subhasis Chatterjee, all past district governor, club president, assistant governors, and fellow Rotarian in this virtual meeting, which is without lunch, without dinner, without fellowship, not in person interaction. Very unfortunate, really. Anyway, I also welcome from my core of my heart today's our speaker, keynote speaker, Rotarian, PDG Rotarian Sandeep Narang. He is also in the virtual meeting. I hope all president and secretary-elect and board members will enjoy this virtual meeting and achieve the district goal 2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Rotary Rudra. Before we move on to the address by DGE, we have a small video presentation by AG 2122 Rotarian Kishan Tibrewal from RC Salon. I would request Arindam to please play the video and Rotarian Kishan to please explain a few things about the video.
So Rotary Kishan is going to explain it first or now, or he's going to talk after?
Yeah. He will start it. He will start, and then you can play the video.
Okay.
Yes, Kishanji, you are on.
Yeah. Good evening, friends. Dear Rotary leaders, 2122, fondly called the shakers and movers of the Rotary year. This Rotary year is very special, particularly to all of you office bearers who are going to take over. You are getting an opportunity which office bearers 10, 11 years before has not got it. And next opportunity may come after 10, 15 years. That is to have a RI president of Indian origin. Our very own Shekhar Mehta will be at the helm of Rotary International when you are the office bearers as president and secretary of your respective club. Your opportunity is huge, and the expectations from you are also huge. Your Rotary career can be a beautiful story come true if you follow the script laid down by Rotary International in the video you are going to see now. There are stage directions, there are prompters. Also, this has been refreshed in the past 2 days, yesterday and today, that you are going to through the district training assembly. I would like to share a secret time planning method with all of you. I urge each one of you to just think and earmark 10 hours of your weekly time, just 10 hours of the total week to Rotary matters. This 10 hours should be the maximum time that you devote. I don't want any minimum of that. To do this, you follow your instincts and your learning in the district training assembly. And what you will be able to achieve at the end of June 2022 will be marvelous and something that you are going to cherish for your lifetime. So I would play now a video, a promotional video from RI. Look at this and take very seriously all the learnings that you have got in these past 2 days, yesterday and today, and follow your instincts and back the prize. All the best to all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, Arindam, just as you're playing, I'm going to mute all, right?
Yeah, please.
Because there are background noises. Yeah.
If you think of what interests people have, there's a fellowship for it.
You share the same interest, you share the same hobby.
Photography is a fellowship. Swimming is a fellowship. There's so many fellowships.
Within the last year or so, I've gained so much more Rotary friends through fellowship. The fellowship that I belong to is a cycling fellowship, and we're able to raise money for polio just by riding our bikes.
It's the fact of taking your passions, your hobbies, and making that into a service opportunity, into a social opportunity. We do learn to surf events for high school kids, beach cleanups, things like that. It's also attracted people who are into those types of events to seek out what is Rotary about.
Rotary Friendship Exchange is an opportunity for you to visit new places, learn about cultures.
To be received with warmth and friendship, that is the ultimate travel experience in my mind.
You get to connect with a family there that will show you around. You explore things you never thought you would explore.
And also sometimes integrating local projects. Friendship exchanges are open to anyone
It's something you can do with your friends, your family, your kids, better than a vacation. Hands down, best.
The great thing about a project fair is that it brings Rotarians from different parts of the world to one venue.
When they come, they are looking for projects that can help them to meet their club's goals.
The Rotary clubs offer different projects in different areas of focus.
The hosts put together project visits and other kind of tours.
People become friends, and friendship engenders trust.
The personal contact is the main purpose of a project fair.
ICC or intercountry committees are an important part for peace and friendship.
The intercountry committee operates between two countries.
And it's very important for Rotary to have this sort of experts to promote activities and relations between the two countries.
Projects are done by the clubs and not by the ICC, but they try to help them to do these projects.
Go beyond your borders and do your part to reach peace through service.
Thank you, Arindam.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, I would now like to request our District Governor-elect, Dr. Mohan, to please give the opening remarks. And that would then be followed by the address by our chief guest.
But before that, you have to...
Dr. Mohan, yeah.
Can I?
Yes.
Good evening, friends. Wow, what a marvelous video you have shared, Kishan. Congratulations, because this is what the essence of Rotary, friendship, fellowship, and interconnectivity. Thank you for sharing the nice video. President Tapati, host, and opening remark given by organizing Deepak, Rotary Deepak. Thank you very much. And most honored and favored chief guest of today's evening, past District Governor Sandeep Nara, who has accepted our invitation instantly to be amongst us and encourage our future leaders for the next 21-22. Thank you, sir, for being with us today. Both the district web coordinators, thank you. Behind the scene, you were doing a wonderful job and you started on time, almost only 10 minutes left today. My district trainers, PDGs, Sunil Sharaf, and all my senior district, past district governor, Councillor Megra. I have seen my own guru, Kirtida, PDG Sapanda, and others. I am probably Kalpana Baidu, and they are also joining right now. And especially, I like to thank all my assistant governors, all zones they have joined, and especially all the speakers who are here today, around 9 speakers are there, and all district secretary members, my change maker president-elects. Rotary gives opportunity to extraordinary people like me. What an opportunity Rotary has given to me to share my thoughts with you today. Friends, last 2 days, 28 and 29, really it was very, very encouraging for me because we have exchanged idea and we listened to so many good speakers exactly and motivating speakers, and probably that lessons will take with you all the years. Friends, Steve once said, innovation distinguishes a leader from follower. So my dear saint maker, president-elects, you have to be innovative and you have to be think otherwise, out of the box, so that we can do as a more. So you have to be an innovator now. Let me quote. David, yes. Somebody says that I am in Rotary, but I want that Rotary should be in. That is a quote exactly I like to say. Friends, today, in the COVID situation, before coming here, yesterday, when I was almost leaving, there was a question by Rotary and David. The third fourth wave of COVID is taking over now. What you will do? My friends, let me say very frankly what we can do in the last one, next year. First, you have to follow the strictly COVID protocols which are laid by the government and a local authority, keeping oneself fit with a balanced diet, lifestyle harmony with the nature, friends, family, regular exercise, etc. And let us know something about the COVID, what it is exactly. As a pediatrician and professional, practicing for more than 40 years now, I have come across this COVID is nothing but a viral disease. It's like a simple influenza. We had epidemic in 1919, then we had the MERS, then had the severe South Asian respiratory syndrome, what not. Ultimately, we have landed up having COVID-19. Let me share you a few thoughts on that, exactly what it is. Why people are, every day you open up a TV or channel, you'll see people are dying, people are being, burning the corpses here and there. And it's a really, really frightening situation for each of us. But friends, we have to take care. Why? We have to know, aware ourselves, what is COVID. COVID simply is, it starts with a simple flu-like symptoms. You have slight cough, slight fever, maybe some weakness, may be some malaise, something, general weakness, something like that. That lasts around 4 days. You have to be very fair. When you have started the, suppose when you had the slight fever on that, that has to be marked exactly, because days are very, very crucial in, COVID. First 4 days, if you're getting mild symptoms, you will recover by around 4 to 5 days. That is guaranteed. Around 85% of the COVID cases get, relieved, recovered by that. And on the 5th day, there are 3 symptoms that will make worry. That everybody has to take care. They are the first, they're shooting up the temperature suddenly on 5th day. Number 1. Number 2, if you have say difficulty breathing, something like that, if you have that, again, you have the dry, sticky cough. You cannot take out the fan. These 3 cardinal symptoms on the 5th day, if you develop, you have to see your oxygen concentration, SpO2, and those things you have to. Before that, whenever as a professional, like that day, a few days back, I get a call from a person, I do not disclose his now. He's a Rotary, and he said, somebody in my family is getting COVID, and what should I go? Should I go for the RT-PCR? This is what's happening. The situation has made us so much up and scared about the whole system exactly. So you must know that on 5th day, these symptoms are there, say shooting up the high temperature, difficulty in breathing, dry, sticky cough. If it is there, then only you will have to take advice of the medical. And that is around 15% of all cases. Rest 85% get relieved by around 6 to 7%. Another interesting fact I like to add today, there is a vaccine. It has come in a market now. And I hope by around October and November, most of the Rotarian friends, they will get a vaccine. Most of them. Because that vaccine, what it gives. Few days back, 2 days back, I read an article by a pediatrician, Anupam Sibal from Apollo, Delhi. He made a study. That study is a prospective study. You have collected a sample from whoever has taken the vaccine, and he has studied. The interesting finding is that the 0.6% of the all vaccine is needed oxygen and ventilator. The rest 99.4% never needed anything. They simply gave up. I mean, they become the weed fever down and everything. So France, let me tell, advocate the vaccine, advocate the what are the symptoms in the COVID, and do not get frightened. So, and another thing you have to be very careful as a practitioner pediatrician. Last year, we had come across a vaccine called influenza vaccine. Most of the Rotarians, whoever my friend, I have given the vaccines. And out of that, only probably we have lost one person. That too is a severe exposure. Has a COPD. I'll come to it. But only I have lost one. And whenever my doctor friends, my colleagues, after taking this, I do not usually get a cold and cough symptoms. If there is a cold and cough symptoms, then what you do? You go for the rat test, RT-PCR, and you get tested, those things, and this is there. Still, if you take that vaccine yearly, flu vaccine, you will not get a flu-like symptoms, number one. And other two vaccines important for adults is a pneumococcal vaccine, so that you do not get pneumonia adulteraries on old age, and a meningococcal vaccine, you do not get meningitis. So friends, these are the things I'd like to share for as an answer to David yesterday, and what we expect today in the Rotary. How can we served digitally? This is a very good topic is there, and other very, very good topics are there. I think they are there. And friends, this is the time we have to tighten our belt. We have to have the board meetings. You have to have the prior term assembly has to be there, and always try to be collaborative. As yesterday, PDG, our RIDE, Hanky has said that strings are there. They will be pulled out from there, but you have to come out of that cycle. You have to prove yourself. And friends, one thing, as the Rotary has given one thing, this Rotary dual membership. So Rotary, we can ask them to join the Rotary clubs, and other few things I like to see here. When we had the interaction with RIPE secretary, he has said membership is the one. Friends, we have around 187 participants here. I like to do a simple exercise, whatever he is telling me. I want each of you to at least bring one member, 21, 22. Will you raise your hand that you will do it next year, please, whoever can, and please raise your hand, one member per member. Yes, can you do that? I'm very glad that all members, all of you have joined me, then we'll do that. I want it in the very beginning. If you can do it, this will be wonderful, because the fulfillment of our RIPE will be there. So let us do that. That's the exercise. And another very interesting thing coming up, exactly. 1st July, there will be a membership society, like recognitions from members. On 1st July, whoever the members join in the Rotary, RIPs has said that he will get a membership certificate signed by the RI president himself, number one. Number two, the proposal will be recognized by the district governor along with a countersigned by the RIP. That's a certificate, definitely will go with that. And then a very interesting thing, like when you are giving to the foundation, you become a PSF, you're a sustaining member, PSF, major donor, PSF society member, those things are there. But here in membership also, we are coming with that idea that he has shared. Any member, any proposer, means any proposer who proposes 5 more members in his Rotary year, he will get a silver ringed pin. And next will be the 10 members. We will propose as 10 members will get a gold pin, and 20 members will be getting a platinum studded pin, and more 25 or more. And his name will be there in his name photo will be there like Arts Club Society member in the Hall of Fame. So this is the opportunity he has given us the selling. You share this thought to your all Rotarians that if you can get members, this is because membership the maximum stress our RIP is giving. Friends, few things I always think, one of the things probably we have missed in the district assembly. We are supposed to pass the district budget in the district assembly. But two unfortunate incidents really shattered me. One, I have lost district finance secretary designate Rotarian Ajoy. He was supposed to be district trainer. And a later part of March after coming out from our physical assembly. Next, what to see, my guru, my mentor, PDG is sick with a critical disease. He is under treatment at Bangalore. I am very happy that he is now fit to join, and he has, delivered a, speech on the day before yesterday in the grant management seminar. I am very happy to see him. And these two things, and something came out of mine, and I had to focus on the two again, a new finance secretary. So when I have focused one person, he is none other than past president CA Praveen Dandaria from my own club, and he has solemnly agreed that to become the district finance secretary, and a banker Sanjay Sarkar has agreed to be the district treasurer. With this background, probably I couldn't pass you everything. Whole the district, though I have showed everything in the district training assembly, the budget and everything, but as I had to pass it, thanks to past district governor Ashokda, who has pointed out this thing today in the morning, that you have to do that. I play excuse and I ask our Danny and Arindam, please arrange a web meeting on next 14th, it's Sunday 14th, I think June. Is 13 June. Can it be possible, Danny?
Yes, we can do it. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, we can do it.
So we'll have a special budget meeting on that day. And I request all the president-elects, come prepared with your suggestions and whatever is there with you, just please come across. I felt that I have missed out, and probably in the nick of time due to those, disturbing things, I was a bit disturbed exactly. And probably I feel that you excuse me for that. Friends, Rotary year 21-22 is a really, very exciting year for us. We have to give our 100%, because there are all the priority areas. Yesterday I have told repeatedly, more member, empowering girls, Rotary Day of Service, Rotary India Literacy Mission, Presidential Conference, whatnot. And whatever, yesterday we are deliberating on that. Please go with it. Make this year a succulent, one immutable one. Somebody can say that this is what I have done in 21-22, and we should be proud of. Thank you very much. My best wishes to you all president-elects. Let us do and rock the Rotary. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, DGE Dr. Mohan. I now have the pleasant task of introducing our keynote speaker.
কোনটো কি দিলা তুমি পাছৱৰ্ডৰ সংকল্প ASAN আটাইকেইটা কেপিটেল দিবা
I'll mute you.
Yeah, I'm muted.
Yeah.
You continue. You continue, Danny.
Yeah, just yeah. PDG Sandeep is an economics graduate from Hansraj College, Delhi University. He enjoys the classification hotel management. Sandeep, just like us, quite a few of us started his Rotary life from Interact and then moved on to Rotaract, that is Rotary Club of Delhi West. He then went on to join Rotary Club of Dhanbad in 1986 and was the club president in 94-95. He was the district governor 3250 in 2002-3. He has been the RI president representative 4 times, APF strategic advisor zone 5 from 2005 to 2008. He is a member of the Permanent Fund Committee of India, that's 12-13. He was a past chair and currently advisor for RLI, a regional convention promotion coordinator for the Seoul Convention to 2015-16. 2016 COL representative, ARC 16-17, and chair for Rotary Disha 2019. And he was also the training leader at the 2021 International Assembly. He also spearheaded the setting up of 24 Saheli centers, a vocational training center for women in the district with the help of RFPD and TRF, and the Rotary Jerry Powell Jaipur Leam Center at Dhanbad. Sandeep is area coordinator, South Asia for Rotary Action Group RFPD. He has edited a coffee table book, Why I Am a Rotarian. Sandeep is married to Anu, a past president of Rotary Club of Dhanbad. They are blessed with 2 sons, Savya and Arav. Sandeep is a director at 17 Degrees Hotel Private Limited and runs the 17 Degree Hotel 3-star property at Dhanbad, the other side, and 17 Degrees restaurant in Dhanbad and Patna. Sandeep and Anu both are major donors and benefactors to TRF. Sandeep has been bestowed TRF citation for meritorious service and the Distinguished Service Award, as well as Rotary's highest honor, the Service Above Self Award. Sandeep likes music, growing bonsais, theater, reading, and creative writing. So friends, we present PDG Sandeep Narang.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Danny, for those kind words. And let me commend you to begin with that you're doing an excellent job of preparing this today's event. And that was a very nicely done introduction. Thank you so much. Governor-elect Dr. Mohan. And let me tell you that we've never really met in person, but we have a great connect with each other. And we've been on the phone many times when we were preparing for an online cultural event for the Rotary International Assembly, because it all went online all of a sudden. And it was great connecting with you. And he was one of the governor-elects who was so prompt in responding and sending all the cultural materials from his state or his part of the country. So thank you, Dr. Kanwa. It's a pleasure to be here in one of your events. Pleasure also to recognize all the senior past governors who are here. I spotted some of them here at the meeting today. I'm sure I would have missed some of them, but I saw Dr. Kirti Ranjan, Arijit, Swapan, our good friend Swapan, Chandu, Kalpana, and of course, the large-hearted Debashish. Thank you, all of you, for being here. I know some of you are going to be speaking a little later today. My tryst with 3240, I can, if I have to write, I can say it's from Dimapur to Durgapur. I've traveled to quite a few parts of your state, and it's such a large, not state, I'm saying Rotary district, and it's so multicultural that it's really exciting to be part of this district. Thank you also to Ritesh. Thank you for being in touch with me and ensuring that I am there today this evening. Friends, I asked Dr. Kanwa that what would he like me to speak about, and when you have speakers, you have people with poetry, people with stories, and they all leave you motivated. And I thought I would rather speak on a Rotary subject. And I chose a subject which he agreed, yes, you could speak on that. It was something which was possibly, you would find when I spell it out, you would find it as quite dry. It was Rotary's strategic plan. Now, my first problem with the strategic plan is the name itself. Strategic is a cumbersome word. It's possibly sometimes difficult to spell. And I'm happy that now Rotary calls it as Rotary's action plan. Right? And the thing is, when this thing was actually introduced, and I was one of those people who said, what all is Rotary getting into? And I found it was something, whenever people discuss the action plan or the strategic plan at that point of time, it would go over your head, or something which was a lot of theory and very little practicality. But let me tell you, friends, that the strategic plan, the action plan is actually, Rotary is just giving you a guideline. So what you actually see in your literature is the action plan which Rotary has drawn for Rotary International. And you can make a strategic plan or an action plan at every stage of Rotary governance. It can be at the club level. It can be at the district zonal level. It can be at the district level, or at whatever level. And it need not follow, or it need not be at the same which Rotary has made it. You can change it. You can kind of adapt it to your surroundings or your cultural background. I'd like to share my screen, if that is okay. Danny, are you?
Yes, yes.
Yes, you are a co-host, so you can.
Sure. So that's Rotary Action Plan, and okay, I saw today there's someone is going to speak about people of action. Hashtag people of action was a big subject when the governors were trained this year in Rotary at the Assembly. And I love that expression, people of action. I think if you really had someone, if you had just the briefest of someone and your Rotary pin, and they asked you who you are, or what is Rotary, or what is a Rotarian, you would say people of action. I think that could be the most kind of direct answer you could give to anyone. And this, of course, is Rotary's vision statement. You see corporates have their corporate statements, vision statements, mission statements. And the most important word, and this is there on your screens, so I will not read it out, is together. We are not doing it piecemeal in our own homes or in our own localities, in our communities, all by ourselves. We could be doing that as well. But what we are looking at is that we are working together, not only at a club level, but internationally, around the nation, around different countries, around the globe. So what is the action plan all about? And I think it's all about visioning. And visioning means that you have to first, at the club or district level, or wherever you're thinking about an action plan, you have to first see, or you have to first kind of debate, is everything all right with us? Are we happy with how Rotary is? Is everything okay? Deepak Chopra that had once said, he said something about divine discontentment, which means, he says there can never be total happiness. You can be happy, but there has to be a little bit of discontentment, and that is why you try to change and try to improve or better those things. And I'm sure as Rotarians also, we have that kind of discontentment at the way things are, at the poverty, at the tragedies which surround us, and we try to change it. So the first thing is we have to look at our organization, and we have to vision, and we have to see, is everything all right? And from those questions, we have to see, if it's not all right, are we going in the right direction? We would, out of this visioning, we need to come out with the fact at what direction we want to go to, at which direction, and where is it going to lead us? How are we going to go to that direction? And To repeat myself, I'm saying you can do this at every stage of Rotary governance, at the district, at the national level, at the international level, at the club level, at the zonal level. So, putting it in different words, we have to look into the mirror, look in the mirrors, ask hard questions, and make a self-assessment of your organization, of your club. So I think it was in 2015, Rotary spent a lot of money doing this survey in 15 countries. You see the flags of those 15 countries. India is part of that survey. And they asked them what motivated them to join Rotary, join Rotary. That was the question of the survey. And this is what people said. Purpose, because of the opportunity for community service, the causes we are attached with. You know, it could be youth exchange, it could be poverty alleviation, it could be peace building, it could be medical, camps, whatever. The third reason was established reputation. And the fourth was our programs. So our programs would include, various programs which we do, like from youth exchange to interact to our programs on various community development projects. So if this is why people join service organizations, this is exactly what Rotary has, all of these. It has a purpose, Rotary has a cause, it has a great reputation, it has programs. And how familiar they were asked, how familiar are they with various organizations? And people were most familiar with UNICEF, then the Lions Club at 77%, and on number 3 was Rotary at 74%. Yeah, you can see the others there. So that is the percentage of people who had heard about Rotary. But only 35% of people thought, while 74% people knew about Rotary, only 35% thought Rotary is an organization for people like them to join. They thought, oh, Rotary was not for me. And only 25% people knew someone in Rotary. You know, I hope if you heard of this concept about handshakes, how many handshakes away you are from someone? How many handshakes away you are from the President of India, say? You may probably know your own member of parliament in your state, in your district. And if you meet him, you shake hands with him. And if he goes to shake hands, and if he meets the president and shake hands with him, then you're probably just one handshake away from the President of India. So how many handshakes away are people away from a Rotarian? You've got to see that in your community. Do we have a reach? I just heard Dr. Mohan talking about increasing membership. So these are certain questions we need to ask when we need to look at membership increase. So now the question was, the action plan was made because after polio, what? What does Rotary do in a big way? Where are the young leaders? Rotary is now trying to draw out the young leaders. And we have a competition today. Rotary has competition on the internet, with Netflix. It has a competition with our iPhones, with our phones. Because we're so busy with all this that we do not have time for Rotary possibly, or organizations like Rotary. So coming to the action plan. The action plan which Rotary International has made is for 5 years. This is what they've made the action plan. So 5 years, and the 4 key things in the action plan are 4. So remember your 5 fingers and your four-wheel drive. In 5 years, these are the 4 priority areas of Rotary. But first, before we get into our plan, these are our core values. And these core values of Rotary are non-negotiable. So remember, whatever plan you'd make for your club or for your district or at whatever level, these are the 4 core values which are non-negotiable, which is service, fellowship, leadership, diversity, and integrity. So in case any of your plans are contrary to these 4 core values, then it should not be part of your plan, which I guess it will not be contrary to what we are talking about here. And these are the 4 priorities which Rotary is talking about. The first is increase our impact, and I have put it as impact. The second is expand our reach. The third is enhance participant engagement. And the fourth is increase our ability to adapt. And I have put these single words there to make it easier for you. We are talking about an action plan. There's these 4 areas: to impact, to increase impact, to increase the reach, to engage the participants, and to increase our adaptability. And coming to the first action plan, priority. What Rotary has said, now what I'm going to talk about is what Rotary has said in the action plan, but you could adapt and you could change this action plan to suit your club or your district. Because I have sometimes a problem, because in some of these, under the priorities, what they've written, I think a certain language which is either too complex or not very friendly. You wonder what are they talking about. So please put it in your own language, which is easier to understand. The first Rotary is saying eradicate polio. I mean, that we still need those 2 countries to cross over and leverage that legacy, which means use the impact which we have from that polio, what we have done in polio, and the mileage we have got, the learning which we have got from there for various other things. I think the learning we're going to use probably for vaccination and COVID possibly. So this is first. The second is focus on our programs and offerings. So the second is, if we focus on our programs and offerings, we are going to increase our impact. Very important. Rotary is saying that everything, and this is part of your manual now for your global grants as well, that everything which we achieve has to be measurable. We have to measure the impact. Only if we can put numbers to what we do, are we going to talk about it? Are we going to replicate it? Are we going to make a meaningful impact? The first was impact. The second is reach. Expand our reach. The first is grow and diversify members and member participation. And if you understand, how are we growing today? In a big way, in the next year, Road Tract is going to be mainstream as Rotarians, with Rotarians, alongside Rotarians. And Rotary today is now putting one current governor on the board of Rotary International and the Observer, one young governor, just to feel what he has to talk about the organization. They're trying to get young people, move up young people into very meaningful Rotary jobs. And create new channels into Rotary. So, which means not only get young people, involve other people, involve our families, involve the community, involve organizations. If you're part of FICCI, if you're part of ACMA, if you're part of the Doctors Medical IMA, please do work with them alongside with Rotary. You can partner these organizations to work together. I mean, Rotary today is working in a big way with the roundtablers. With the Toastmasters. Increase Rotary's openness. Okay, which means, I mean, we should forget about a time when we said this is what had happened in Rotary. We need to look at the ideas and the thoughts and the suggestions which are made by the young people. Today, most of us use our children to use the internet or to learn about the internet or learn about our computers. Similarly, in Rotary, we have to now put the younger members into shoes and understand how they think about the organization. What are the changes they are suggesting? And that is going to be extremely important. And lastly, build awareness about our brand. You have to increase our reach, we have to build awareness about our brand. People should know about our brand. The third priority, enhance participant engagement. And what would be the participants here? Who are the participants? We are the participants. Who else? Our families are participants. Rotractors are participants. Youth exchange students are participants. Our global grant beneficiaries are participants in our programs. Everyone who's connected with Rotary in any kind of way should be involved and should be, should be supported. Support clubs to engage their members. Are you ensuring that your new members have something to do or not? Develop a participant-centric approach to deliver value. Now, when I said Rotary using this big jargon, this is one of those things which I found, what really does this mean? So please put it in your own language. Apni bhasha mein usko rakhiye. Offer new opportunities for personal and professional connections. Provide leaders for development of skills and training. And finally, increase our ability to adapt. And if you remember, the big change in Rotary happened in 2016. In the Council on Legislation in 2016, we made Rotary so flexible. Now each club could decide their own bylaws in a certain framework about how many meetings they wanted, how many members they wanted, what classifications they wanted, various. They made it very flexible. So that was a big change, game changer. So build a culture of taking risk, innovation. I mean, you could do things or you can venture into things which your club has not done. If some of your younger lot in your club want a certain, they want to do something, let them go ahead. They might succeed. They probably will succeed. They might fail, which is okay. That's going to be a learning step as well. Streamline governance structures and processes. You can't say this is the way we were managing our accounts all these years, or this is the way. We are not saying that you can fudge your accounts. We can't say that you can fool with your accounts. We can say that you can make systems, not only accounts, the practices, the way you run your board meetings, the way you record your board meetings or your general meetings. There could be a paradigm shift in the whole thing. You could change the whole thing. You could be doing it in a register. You could be having a 100-year-old register where you note it down and you stick that minutes. But now you could say, I will do it. I'll put it in a online. It will be in a digital locker or whatever that new technology is. And again, review governance to foster diverse perspectives and decision making. Again, very large, long sentence, which I would want you to change it if you want to implement it for your club. So friends, I think this in a nutshell, stop the sharing. Yeah. So this in short was, I just wanted to run through it. I'm just saying, please be a action plan champion. Please be an action plan champion. Ensure that your club, your district governor needs this from you. Your governor-elect needs that each of your clubs have an action plan. It need not be too long. It not run into pages. It could be to the point. It could be half a page. It could be 20 words, key words, which your club believes in. But ensure and make it for a period of 5 years. I know we have an issue in Rotary leadership. Sometimes the new leaders come in and they, sometimes they're very, very progressive and they try to build on what the last leader has done. Sometimes they are divergent. So there is an issue there. We cannot help that. But let us at least try to have a plan, make a plan. If you're goalless, if you're aimless, I mean, it is meaningless. I mean, for anything which you do, you have a goal really in life. And this is one such thing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, DG Conroe, for having me here. I hope I've stuck to my time.
Thank you, Firuzi Sandeep. It was really wonderful. Like, you made it so simple. And now I'm really wanting to read your book also. I was trying to Google it. I couldn't find it actually. Sir, if you don't mind, we have a question. If the time is not a constraint, if you can
absolutely
take it. Yeah.
I just like to, I will hang around in the meeting, but I'll probably switch off my video.
Sure.
Later.
That would be so nice. Yeah.
I'll be hearing all the other leaders also speaking in after this.
Yes. So just one question right now, sir. Yeah. Actually, this has come from quite a few Rotarians. They're saying that now that we have realized that this COVID is going to stay here for a few more months at least, maybe for another year or two. What would be Rotary's role vis-a-vis COVID? You know, like what are the things that we should be focusing on right now? And what is Rotary in the larger perspective focusing on?
I mean, are you talking in terms of vaccination, or you're saying the change which will happen?
Maybe vaccination. Vaccination. That is what we can do as Rotarians in club level. And what are the things that you think would be happening at the, management level also? How things are going to change with COVID.
There is a task force which is made in which past director Ashok Mahajan is the chair of that in the country. And in certain parts of the country, they are doing a great job. I mean, Rotarians are really involved in vaccination. Even in our own district, say in Ranchi, they have, the government has allotted one center at the Rotary premises, and Rotary kind of manages it. I think like in polio, I think advocacy is going to be a very, very big thing in our country, because I know a lot of people people who work with me as well, people down the line. I've sent my people from my town, city to other cities, wherever there was a vaccination slot open. I've given them cars. I said, go get yourself vaccinated and come back, But there's still a handful of people. I'm talking about my organization, which is in a city. In the villages, it's even worse. There are people who are saying, I will not take a vaccine. And yesterday I was talking to my sister-in-law who's in the US, and they've been there for the last 2 months because their children are there. And they were driving to some place, and outside a house in the US, there was this big board. And this is not a WhatsApp thing, this is a real thing. There was a big board says, no vaccination for me, no social distancing for me, no lockdown for me. So which means not only here in India, but even abroad in a place like USA also, I must be a Trump supporter for all there are people who are wary of the vaccine, who do not want to take it for various reasons. So Rotary's role in advocacy is going to be very big once the vaccine becomes freely available. At the moment, there are more takers and less of vaccine. But I think in 3 months that will change. Can you imagine the above 45 is open for so many days. In Jharkhand, we have only done 27% vaccination for above 45. So I think the biggest role for us would be advocacy in times to come. And as far as meetings and all training programs and all, this hybrid model, I think is going to stay for quite some time now. A bit on the net, a bit on Zoom, a bit in real. This is the model which is going to work.
Thank you. A lot of clubs, lot of the clubs in our district are also running vaccination centers. The good thing is that we are having a greater number of vaccination here. People are actually running after vaccinations here, and we ourselves, Tejpur club, have already 2 of the clubs in Tejpur together running a center, and more than 2,000 vaccinations already done. And all over the district, the number is quite good. I think DGE would like to add a few words. Yeah.
Thank you, PDG. What a simplified way you have seen the SAT action plan. We should previously increase impact, expand, release, those things exactly so simple.
Did we lose Mohanda?
Yeah, I believe his network connectivity has become.
Yeah, he's here. He's here.
No. Suddenly he has muted himself.
No, because connectivity line ganda, because of the connectivity, connection suddenly goes away. I don't know. This is a problem. Last couple of days I'm facing. Sandeep, really, when I have talked to you regarding those cultural things you wanted, I really thought that persons will be how he will be. And then when I have heard you about the International Assembly's trainer, you are really a very simply way you can talk those things. How can you make this? These are very thoughtful things. Let us make it. I advise to the president-elects. These are the 4 strategic areas you got to take, and it takes 5 years. Those 5 values of core values of Rotary. Thank you. Nice to listen to you. I like to have you again and again in my district, Sandeep. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Danny, anything?
Yes, we are going to.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you start?
Yeah. We would now like to move on to the plenaries. Just like yesterday, let me explain right ahead. Most of the speakers would have around 6, 7, or 8 minutes. It would be very nice if you all please stick to your time. DSG Manoj will actually ring a bell 1 minute ahead. That is like if you're having 8 minutes, he will ring it at 7 minutes. I would request you all to wrap it up within a minute or 2, just after the bell rings. Otherwise, we do end up losing the time. I now hand over to DG Mohan to moderate the plenary 2.
Thank you, Danny. Today, the plenary session, we have got around 9 people. I'm sorry that yesterday I couldn't give time because of the so many 11 papers were there. we are here before the screen around more than around 3 hours, almost 4 hours yesterday. Still, people got, tired also. So, one paper from creating awareness on environment, that will be there. And today, I'll start with a presentation, Giving is Living. None other than by past district governor Devasis, who has made our district proud, the lone Arslam Society member, who has done so many for the Rotary, and I have heard him so many times. He's quite to the point, and he's very clear on mind. And President-elect, I request you here to our PDG, Devasis, what he has to say you. Giving is living. Over to Dr. Devasis.
Yeah.
Devasusa.
Yes. Good evening.
Am I audible?
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes.
Hey, good evening, friends. Let me first confess that it's very, very difficult to speak after Sandeep has spoken. Sandeep was there as the chief guest during our assembly too, when we had the assembly at Kalimpong. And a topic which Mohan has given me, giving is living. That subject itself is quite difficult when you think about it. But let me try to be brief and make you understand what is all giving all about. But before I start, dear friends, I would like to share an anecdote which I have frequently mentioned during my visits also when I was the governor in 2019-20. The story of the Dead Sea. Now, friends, many of you will remember when you were young, when you had your geography classes, you were asked to point out where is the Dead Sea. And you point out the Dead Sea and you get full marks for it. And a Dead Sea is one where nothing grows in it. No aquatic animals, no vegetations. And even if you lie down flat, you can just float because of the high saline content in the Dead Sea. But friends, have you ever heard of something like the Sea of Galilee? The Sea of Galilee is just north to the Dead Sea. And interestingly, both the Dead Sea and the Sea of Galilee are nourished by the river of Jordan. Now, why am I telling you the story about? The river of Jordan enters the Sea of Galilee and comes out. It has an outlet. But the Dead Sea doesn't have an outlet. Now, when it does not have an outlet, it remains dead. The Sea of Galilee, whether it is the aquatic animals, whether it is the marine, whether it's the vegetations, it's a lake which is worth visiting. What is the difference between these two then? One has an outlet to give. The other one does not have an outlet. And this is the reason why, friends, it is important to give. If you give, then only you live. That was a part of the physical or a philosophical sort of an example. But being a pediatrician, being a physician, let me give you the scientific explanation also. Mohan would agree that our brain has 4 circuits. And one of the circuit which controls the well-being of a person is the circuit of generosity and compassion. Isn't there a scientific relation then? Generosity, compassion, or a pro-social behavior makes you live longer for the simple reason that the body secretes a substance which protects you from many other sicknesses. Friends, let me give you an example of the study which was there in the US at the St. Luke's Medical Center. What was found is if you have the generosity and compassion within you, you live longer. 23% reduction in not having sicknesses, and a reduction in not suffering from Alzheimer's. Isn't that the reason why not to give? You live longer. You are devoid of sicknesses. You're devoid of getting an Alzheimer's disease. So forget about the philosophical part, When I mentioned about the Dead Sea, the scientific explanation also says that you need to give to live. Friends, our Indian tradition, our old traditions, if you go by our Hindu cultures, it mentions that our heart is the connecting link between the heaven and the earth. The soul basically resides in the heart. Now, why am I saying this? The heart is the connecting link between the heaven and the earth, and the soul is residing in the heart. Now, if the heart is living, if the heart is beating, then only you are living. And that is the metaphorical statement. When people say, have a heart, why do we say have a heart? Have a heart means you need to be compassionate, you need to be generous. The Bhagavad Gita has clear-cut definitions of what is charity all about. It has given clear-cut descriptions of the three varieties of charity. The first is a charity where you do not expect anything in return. And when you do not expect anything in return, there is again another part to it. It needs to be given to a person, a worthy person, at the right time, at the right place. The second variety of charity is when you expect something in return. That's an egocentric charity. And the third is a charity you're doing. To whom are you giving? That is important. Not a worthy person, not at the right time, not at the right place. The reason why I'm bringing Bhagavad Gita again out here. The right person, right place, right time, friends. Put it this way, that the right person in our term is the Rotary Foundation. The right time is every day. You can put something to the Rotary Foundation. The right place is again your Rotary Foundation. Your institution is the right person. And why should you not give to the Rotary Foundation? When you give to the Rotary Foundation, friends, don't you think that the children who have survived after cardiac surgeries are living because of the donation, because of you have donated to the Rotary Foundation? Don't you think that the children are living, or an adult is living, because you have sent these children to school? You have provided water and sanitation, proper water and sanitation. Didn't you improve the levels of living? You have. How did you do it? Because you have contributed, you have done it through charity, to the right place, at the right time, to the foundation, which is so important. I'm not saying that you don't give it to your temples or the churches or the mosque, but at least put something to our Rotary Foundation. Friends, a last statement which I would like to mention about Swami Vivekananda. His statement was like this: they alone live who live for others. Please mark this: they alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive. So consider yourselves. Are you living or dead? If you are living, I think it is important that you need to give. If you give, then you consider yourself to be living. Thank you, dear friends. I think I've made it very clear within the allotted time of 7 to 8 minutes. Thank you all for this patient hearing. Thank you all, dear friends.
What a marvelous, exactly. You have put me into thoughts. I think all my president-elects must be thinking, what a brilliant idea you have given. Dead Sea, then a Sea of Galileo, and how to give, why should he give, and up to the Bhagavad Gita you have done, the charity you have to do. So friends, this is what he said. The last one is the Swami Vivekananda, what he said. If you are giving, then only helping others, you are alive. If you are not doing that, you are dead. So what do you think exactly? It's a mind-blowing, very good. I like it, and I compliment, special compliment the verses, really. I think all my president-elects must have been, have been some thought inside their house, how to make the living exactly. Giving is living. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Next, I'd like to invite who has a major donor recently, become a major donor, a person, die-hard person. He is always at a Rotary, and whenever you give a talk, he will finish it. A person, none other than past President Budin Borthakur from Guwahati. His topic is annual program fund and major gift. Podium is yours. Budin, are you there? Budin is there?
Yeah, Budin is here. I have.
Good evening, Budin.
Budin done?
Yes,
Good evening.
was there, huh?
Are you getting me?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes.
Your time is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Koda, for giving me the opportunity. Honorable DG, PDGs, DGE, district trainers, DRFC elect, our special guest today, my fellow Rotarians and upcoming leaders. It's very difficult to speak after such a powerful speakers like PDG Sandeep and IPDC Devashish. And above that, my topic is purely mathematical, and I think I can justify to my duty. My topic given is APF and major gift. It's a huge subject in Rotary. It's a part of foundation, and it needs so much of time to explain what is APF and how it works. I prepared a presentation, and it goes normally a APF presentation goes beyond 30 minutes. Then I try to reduce it to 20, then again 15, and finally I have decided I will not go for a 50 presentation. I'll speak in a simple format for our upcoming leaders, because it is necessary by the upcoming leaders to understand what is APF mainly. Friends, APF means annual program fund is a contribution made by Rotarians, non-Rotarians, Rotary clubs, non-Rotary organizations towards the Rotary Foundation. This is the basic idea, basic concept of APF, means annual program fund. This fund is utilized to design and execute the humanitarian projects under Rotary's 7 areas of focus, and TRF has certain conditions, certain guidelines to distribute this amount among the districts. Basically, TRF utilizes this fund in 3 different patterns. Number 1 is DDF, District Designated Fund. Number 2, World Fund to support the grants and scholarships, and third one is scholarships. As I'm talking to the upcoming leaders, I'll talk the matters that will be implied after 1st of July 2021 till the next notification. The fund collected from a district as a APF, it's come returned to this district after 3 years in 2 manners. Number 1, 47.5% of total contribution made by the district will be returned to the district as a DDF, District Designated Fund, from which district can design and execute projects according to the local condition, according to the need of the local community, either through the clubs or through the district. Another 47.5% that could be utilized to match our global grant, that is in 180% ratio. If some new member or new leader want to know what is 100%, 180% ratio, I can tell you in person, but this 6 minutes is not enough to explain this. And some part is matched by the TRF to our Polio Plus Fund, that is by 150% ratio. And our scholarship programs are fixed, like speech scholars, water and sanitation studies, and other some scholarship already designated by TRF. Friends, contribution to APF is purely an investment of very high return. That is, after 3 years, it will come almost as a double to your district, to your you can say to your club, to your community. And if anyone want how it is double, then even I will say I can contact, I can explain them personally due to shortage of time, and or other days sometimes I will explain it. So I request all the new upcoming leaders take little time and visit TRF websites to understand what is APF and how it works. Then you will get better idea. My point is that why to contribute? Number 1, I would like to say, it is the safest foundation where you may 100% confident that your hard-earned money will not be wasted anyway. Number 2, once you contribute to APF or TRF, you become the stakeholder of the foundation, and looking to the programs of foundation either in your locality or in other country, you will feel privileged to share your thoughts to the public. This is the only way through which we can feel privileged to understand the people of Nalbari is getting arsenic-free water. More than hundreds of terminally ill cancer patients have been looking after by Deepsika Cancer Care Foundation through our global grant. Many families, many children are smiling due to our heart-to-heart program, and so many programs are there to feel proud to be in Rotarian, and this is only because of the APF contribution of our members. So I request you once again to contribute to the APF and make it stronger. There are some recognitions offered by Rotary Foundation. if any member contributes $100 per year, then it is called the sustainable member of the year. If his contribution exceeds $1,000, then he is recognized as a PHF. And if it exceeds 10,000, it's a measure on a level 1. Above 25,000, measure on a level 2. Above 50,000, measure on a level 3. And above 1 lakhs, it's measure on a level 4. And above 2,50,000 is Arts Plum Society member. And if someone is contributing $1,000 per year, is considered as the Paul Harris Society Fellow. These are some other more recognitions are there. So these are the basic recognitions offered by TRF. Here I would like to share with you where our district stands. Taking the charge as the chairman of district fundraising subcommittee, I would like to share with you about the APF status of our district. I have made an exercise and try to collect some data from the Rotary Central. These data are for last 5 years. The last 5 years, our district contributed towards APF is 6,56,311, and altogether it is 8 lakhs. I mean, if we calculate it per capita per year, that is $52.56 per member per year. So as on date, it's come around 3,785 rupees. And as a district like ours, where majorly members are from lower and medium middle class, I feel this 3,785 per member per year is not less. It's a quite handsome amount we are contributing to the foundation. But going little further detail, I have some observations and I want to share with my new leaders. Please check this and try to solve these issues. More than 10% of our club in our district have not contributed to the foundation, either in form of APF or in other form, not a single money. This is little, I'm unable to understand the point. My senior Rotarians may fill the gap. Where is the gap? And next 12% clubs have contributed less than $2 in totality in the last 5 years. That means in an average, only 0.4%, only 0.4 US dollar they are contributing on an average per annum. Only 10 clubs are consistent to their annual contribution. This is another very critical part. So many clubs are there, they are contributing to the TRF, handsome amount to the TRF, but their consistency is a problem with consistency. This year, some clubs, if you go to the Rotary Central, you will find some clubs are contributing nearly 20,000 US dollar in a year, and the next year they are not contributing. I request the upcoming leaders to maintain some consistency in contribution because it impacts some flags in our club. Then very first, I will give you little
very good
points.
critical analysis.
Yes. I have made another analysis. Just I want to share within a minute or two.
Later because time is up.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. So we have 2,298 PHF in our district. Then the 3 level 3 major donors, 5 level 2 major donors, 50 major donors, and 1 Arts Plum Society members, and 9 Paul Harris Society members. It's a good one. So I request our leaders, the new foundation team, to have an interaction in between us to make our club more vibrant to contribute towards the TRF. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
for
you,
giving
Woody.
the
Listen,
opportunity.
really wonderful data you have shared exactly. That on these data probably all the leaders can work on. Friends, as a president-elect, let me tell you, myself become a major donor. But how come, why not? What is the satisfaction exactly? As a pediatrician, Devasis has shown, when a baby heart, around 8-9 cases when I have referred to Dugapur, they came with a smiling face. When they go from here by the Jhaja Express, they're crying, they are anxious parents. When they come back to us, when we receive them, when we receive them there, station, that's smiling in the father's face. That is really, really satisfaction. And when I hear about those schools in a tsunami affected area, one Bhuj area earthquake, what satisfaction I get exactly. That is where exactly everybody, one of us has to realize. And I compliment our IPDG Devasis, who has daily, he put his first turning into the box, so he contributed to the, like to the God, we are keeping that money. So let us think our temple is TRF, and let us think that let us give more to the TRF, because APF, annual program fund collection, is less, world fund spending has become more. With this, let me call upon, thank you, Budin. If one of the major area supporting the environment today, is a major area, one of the, focus area of TRF now, supporting the environment. Yesterday, we had heard about the renewable energy and then say water harvesting and water awareness. Now I have got a third because of the star. One is solid waste management, tree plantation, third is awareness and renewable energy. That awareness is me talking by none other than Rotary and Prem Agarwal, very eloquent speaker. We like to hear from you, because we got to create awareness about the root, water, because next World War will be only for water. That's what somebody has projected. Podium is yours, Rotary and Prem Agarwal.
Yes, Prem.
Yeah, Prem is here.
Yeah, Prem should. Yes, he was there.
Am I audible now?
Yes, Prem, you're audible.
Yes. So let me begin with complimenting two excellent speakers I've heard today, Devashista and PDG Naran. I was relishing every bit, every moment. Now, the incoming leaders who have taken up the baton for the next year, I have been bestowed with the responsibility by DGE to talk something on environmental awareness. Awareness creation with special reference to renewable source of energy. Now, I referred the whole topic to my research team, and this research team doesn't belong to Rotary or anyone is associated with Rotary. But a very interesting fact came out while they did the research for me while preparing the PPT. The name of Rotary featured in one of the slides. Now that was very interesting. And that we will come when we discuss the PPTs. I know my time constraint is 7 minutes. I'll try and finish within 7 minutes. So Arindam, can we have the slide presentation?
Yes, we are ready.
Yeah. So the second slide. It is environmental awareness creation with special reference to renewable sources of energy. Yes, please, next. So what is environment? What is ecology? What is climate? We all know that. So just let me deliberate a little bit on ecology, because these days everything is being planned as eco-optimal. So even the theories of economics have changed. From profit maximization, it is profit optimization. So ecological optimality is the buzzword. Yes, next. So environmental pollution, the instances, types, reasons, we all know. Please, next. Now, these are the international outlook which has united the world against environmental pollution. So this is the only one area which gives a common denominator to all the countries. So perhaps this is the only area where the entire world agrees upon. And let me coin a sentence for this. We often say prevention is better than cure, but for environmental matters, prevention is perhaps the only cure. So these are all the international declarations and protocols. Yes, please rush through, Arindam.
Yeah.
We'll stop at slide number 8. Okay, yes. Rush through. Yes, just rush through. Yeah, this one. So alternative sources of energy. The last slide. Arindam, last slide.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah. So alternative sources of energy. Clean energy, safe environment, renewable, non-conventional, energy efficient, cost efficient. So these have to be kept in mind. Now, how we can sort of optimize from these? Yes, next. So solar energy, wind energy, hydroelectric energy, tidal energy, geothermal energy, biomass energy, hydro energy. Now, upon this, out of these, which are sort of an advantage for India or a country like India? Yes, next. Advantages and disadvantages of this, yes, we can just skip. Yes. Now, renewable energy and India. Now, you'll be amazed to know India holds the 3rd position in the Renewable Energy Country Attractive Index released by Ernst & Young. India is looking for the changing notion of manufacturing and using power, and there is drastic shift in the last few years towards the renewable power industries. Indian government itself and the private sector have shown interest in this area. International Solar Alliance was launched by India and France in the year 2015. Till date, solar, wind, and biomass. See, these are the 3 areas. Solar, wind, and biomass are being the major sources of renewable power in India. Yes, next. Yes, so we can skip this also. By 2030, India has set another aim to reach 500 gigawatt of renewable sources of energy. Yes, next.
Do you require this page?
No, just skip. Yes, journey from conventional to non-conventional. See, if you see this chart, how we are projecting the the contribution of the renewable energy to the entire scenario. Yes, next. If small groups extend hands. Now, pilot project at ground level. Assess the availability of local renewable resources and the costs of different renewable technologies. Calculation of aggregate costs and benefits of on-site green power. Consider permitting requirements for locations where the facility could be sited. Involve local stakeholders, particularly concerning sitting. Assess available investors and negotiating. Taking care of transport communication. Collect wastage. So these are the guidelines for the pilot project at ground level for renewable energy sources. Yes, next. Generating mass awareness and make them involved. Now, this is one area where Rotary can contribute in a meaningful way, creating mass awareness and make them involved, make them understand the scope of having abundant sources of energy, awareness over cleanliness, easiness, environmental safety, and economical, ways to starting business at ground level, earning money in a unique manner as of now, commitments, indulging young minds, expanding business on a unique way. This involves a total metamorphosis of the mindset. And this has to be created at the ground level. This awareness creating can be meaningfully done by Rotary, by the Rotary clubs, involving the Rotary clubs also. Yes, next. So inspiring institutions to build a sustainable India or sustainable world. Agency for Non-Conventional Energy and Rural Technology, the Energy and Resource Institute, World Sustainable Development Summit. Yes, next. Center for Science and Development, Conserve is an NGO, Environmental Foundation of India, that is Clean for Olive Green project taken up in Chennai. Now, individuals who can be followed. Yes, Aget slide. Arindam, please. Aget. Mr. Nandan Bhatt has recycled plastic wrappers. Last one, last one.
Last one means you are talking about this one. Huh.
No, this one, yeah. Vivek Gaurav, a software engineer, started to collect rag picker while walk in morning in order to clean the surrounding environment. Started Pune Poolagers. Shakti Foundation collects wasted flowers and turn into holy colors, Diwali gifts, calendars, portraits. Shrikanta Mondol, a teenager, innovates trash cart called Swachh Cart, and it has got approved by NIF. Next. Yes, this one. Sachin Sigwan, in the guidance of Mr. Deepak Gandhia and financially aided by Rotary, distributed solar lamps in a village in Maharashtra. Apart from solar cooker, solar street lights were installed by his efforts. Now, this is one data which came to me in this PPT done by my research team who has nothing to do with Rotary. So that means Rotary is already contributing in this area in a meaningful way. Now, it's a very nice thing to be emulated by the Rotarians in the rest of the world. Dr. Vinesh Desai introduces the idea of making eco bricks with wasted masks, PPE kits, gloves, etc. after sanitizing, which were threat to water pollution. So water pollution is prevented and you can make eco bricks out of these waste materials. Yes, next. Yes. Now, India emitted 2.65 tons of CO2 as of 2018 during lockdown. The quality fell. This is one good thing which has come from lockdown, we all know. Next. Yes. Yes, I have almost finished. Yes. 100 problems, one solution. 100 problems, one solution. What is that? According to Kunal Munshi, the founder of Sunrata Technologies, claimed that to electrify whole India, just 35% of Sikkim is needed to fill with solar panels. So we'll have to go a big way in utilizing the abundant solar energy which India has. Yes, next. Thank you. So my message through this PPT presentation to the incoming leaders and Rotarians was, we can go do a very big contribution. We can contribute in a big way in changing the mindset and creating awareness about alternative renewable sources of energy, and therefore creating environmental awareness just by changing certain habits. Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope I stuck to the time.
Yes, almost.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Great. I believe, Danny, you take up the from here.
Yeah, Mohanda is not here.
I'm not finding him. So let us proceed to the next part.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Prem. It was wonderful, and yeah, it was in time, just a little bit.
It's always difficult to speak in Rotary gatherings, because of the constant
Yes,
touch.
yes, that's right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Since the moderator is not here, I would just like to take the program forward. The next in the plenary is community service. I now request Rotarian Dr. Arun Madhav Barwa from RC Sipsagar. He'll be speaking on serving community digitally. Dr. Arun, your time is 8 minutes, and it starts now.
Can I share my screen, please?
Yes. I've given you co-host permission, so you can share it. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. I think it's brilliant to really have a platform in the Rotary and really share our knowledge. Since the evening, we have been hearing the brilliant leaders speaking in a brilliant way. We are changing from Rotary creates opportunities to serve to changing lives, which really means a lot to everyone. So we need to serve the society. That's where we stand as a Rotarian. And we must not forget that we are here to serve, to create your own identity in a Rotary. So we have a pledge and we have a plan. That's how in this pandemic, we developed a new project called COVID Helpline to reach out to the needy people at the time of the crisis. This is what we all know, service above self. And the strongest people make time to help others, even if they are struggling with their own problems. And you all know everyone has a problem, but yet Rotary stands out because that's where we are being known for. If you look at this particular picture, this picture speaks about the Dabbawalas of the Mumbai who stands for 130 years of history. Even they came to a standstill, but we cannot do that, and that's why we have many questions which remain unanswered. And one of the greatest quote that I have found during this preparation is, this is the first time in the history of English language that the question and the answer are exactly the same. The question being, who declared coronavirus as a pandemic? And the answer remains the same as well. The statistics are all known to us, but we Rotarians just cannot sit tight in this hour of crisis. We remain a positive attitude, always we develop positive outcomes, and we also know that to be the best, we must be able to handle the worst, and that's how we develop the idea of taking the hope and healthcare forward. So we developed a certain guideline which are doable to every part of the country without the minimum expenses being executed from the members, and that's what we have to think for when we are taking on the plan project for District 3240. What we did, we took consent from the members for active involvement in the project. We briefed the district authority because that's what we have to do in a pandemic situation like this. Once we got the approval, we really reached out to them, took their official permission, and at a minimum 2 mobile connections were obtained, and we preferred Geo because Geo to Geo call forwarding is free, and every morning we forward the mobile number to the member on duty. And this is what we have prepared. We prepared the contact list of different members. The consent is yes, the Geo numbers and the non-Geo numbers. Duty roster is being circulated before the starting of the project. For the convenience of the members, we can make shifts depending upon the number of members you have in the club and those who have accepted. In our club, we have 2 shifts from 10 a.m. in the morning to 4 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. If you can involve all the members, it's good because this is a continuous project and it will require a lot of involvement. So more members give consent, it's good for the club and good for the society and good for the Rotary as a whole. Now, the duty rosters are planned accordingly, where we have to see that at least you have 1 medical person. If you do not have one in your club, please hire one so that your service really is being continued. The list of the Excel sheets shared by the district authority about the positive COVID patients is being shared to our members. The member on duty will make a call to the newly admitted patients, and the points to be covered are self-introduction, that is a call on behalf of the Rotary COVID-19 helpline for home. These helplines are also being helpful, obtaining a lot of direct connect to the people from the Rotary as well. We send them bulk SMS to all those who are lying in home isolation, informing that the numbers be remembered for any help that a Rotary can offer to them at this point of crisis. We ask them about the symptoms, we ask them, make them aware about the comorbidities, and also we ask them for any help that we can really offer to them. We have our representations and district disaster management group, the most strongest group at this point of pandemic. We also have been linked to the surveillance team to the pass information where the testings for different relevant tests has to be done in the district. As we go on, we see that members report back in a typical format. This is an indigenous way of one of our members reported back was they have taken all these numbers submitted to the club, which in turn is being submitted to the district authority by the secretary of our club, and ultimately we have reached out to the non-COVID and COVID patients as well by creating these banners and posters, making them understand what they have to do in local language. And that is what we are committed to defeat the COVID pandemic by creating and innovating our ideas. We must be grateful that one of our own members putting their heads in, Rotary and Dr. Tapas Das, who is the community service director, was the brain behind the whole thing, and we ultimately made it possible. If it is possible for a club of our tenure, for our size, I am sure we can expand it beyond our club. And if our district governor can think that this is a possible and feasible way of reaching out to the community in connect, especially in this pandemic time, I feel this could be a really ongoing project, because for Rotary Club of Sibsagar, this has been a second phase that we are taking up this project. We started this project at the end of the first phase of the COVID pandemic. We took a break, we learned the mistake that we carried out from the first, we have rectified it, and we are sitting almost every fortnight to reintroduce the new services that we can take it forward. Thank you so much, DG Elect, for the opportunity for sharing the community service during this pandemic time, what we can really do. I think our new leaders could similarly think of newer ideas for bringing and surviving in this difficult times, and also focusing Rotary all the time to the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arun. Exactly. What a new idea you have. Am I audible, Danny? Danny,
Yes, Commander, you're audible.
What is wrong with my connectivity problem? I am getting lost.
Sometimes, President.
Message says a host muted you. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
You are a host anyway.
Here exactly, but I don't know why it is. I assume so. Probably connectivity problem. I don't know exactly what it is. Anyway, it's a very, very innovative idea. I congratulate all the, Rotary and Rotary Club of Sibsagar. When I get this idea from our assistant governor designate, Anjana, and this should be the topic in the district assembly, because this will be an eye-opener to the all president-elects, what we can do in this COVID situations. Thank you, Arun Madhav, Dr. Arun Madhav. Really, it's a really innovative idea. You are doing that at your team and your year of presidency. Really marvelous. I hope you will continue the same vigor in the Rotary of future year also. And I like all the president-elects take note of him and take the number of Anjana Sharma and Dr. Anuj Madhav. They will definitely, and also Rotary and Tapostas. They are the people who are behind this exactly, this whole how to help the community in the digitally. And during the COVID crisis, I have specifically chosen, and I wanted that everybody has to do that. We cannot sit idle as a people of action, as our Sandeep Narang, as a person of action, we cannot sit idle. Thank you, Arun Madhav. Now I will switch over to a person, a close friend of mine, Rotary past President Rotary Sukhminder. We know him as a polio plusman of the district. Every end polio man is a Sukhminder. So I request you to make our leaders, incoming leaders, aware of the things, how can we make ourselves people of action. Podium is yours, Sukhminder. Good evening.
Thank you, Governor, for giving me the opportunity to talk about people of action. My topic, people of action and RAS 7, because you have given me 7 minutes. Friends, I will not give you any philosophical details about these topics. My purpose is very simple, to share some ideas with you about the topic, which is very important. I will focus on 4 points only. What does this people of action means? Why we apply this? How to apply? And lastly, what are the benefits? In a nutshell, people of action is a campaign initiated by Rotary International, which tell our stories, as Sandeep ji already said, who we are, what we do. Now the second point, why we apply. Friends, have you ever seen a McDonald's outlet with a different color or with a different logo? The answer is simply no. All around the world, they use uniform logo and colors. And that's their identity. And that's their brand image. And on the other hand, what we are doing, an organization of 116 years old, we create our own banners according to our choices, select project pictures as we clicked, our postings on social media in our own way, different clubs, different cities, different countries, all are different. Nothing has been done uniformly. That's our lackings. Here I would like to draw the kind attention of DGE, the image chair and the award chair. Please take a note of this, because if perhaps be sure that we use this kind of pictures which reflects our stories. So friends, RI took this initiative and created a brand center, a tool which gives us the opportunity to download logos, create images, and allow us to share. Brand center helps to tell our stories. Every Rotary project, small or big, has a unique story to tell. But we have to tell those stories uniformly. And Brand Center supports clubs to tell this story uniformly. Now the question arises, how we utilize. Friends, go to the Rotary org. If you have a My Rotary account, it's well. If you don't, create your My Rotary account, go to the member center and brand center. You will find a guideline and follow that guideline. It's very user friendly and very simple. So I will share some of the guidelines. Avoid large crowd pictures. Sometimes I have seen, and you all have noticed it, that किसी को एक कंबल दे रहे हैं तो वहां पर एक कंबल वाला बीच में बैठा होता है या चारों तरफ 15-20 आदमी खड़े हो जाते हैं, तो पता नहीं लगता कंबल ले रहा है क्या कंबल चुरा रहा है, किसी चोर को पकड़ा है. So avoid this kind of pictures. Poor lights. हमने एक प्रोजेक्ट में गए, वहां पर एक पिक्चर उठाया एंड दैट इज पोर लाइट्स. तो क्या करते हैं, अरे डाल दो उसी को, और तो कोई पिक्चर नहीं है. डोंट डू दैट. पीपल गिविंग लेक्चर्स, don't post such kind of pictures. These will not create our public image. And then people posing, सामने खड़े हुए होते हैं और पोज मार के पिक्चर उठाते हैं. So this is not advisable. अभी जैसे ये हमारा वर्चुअल मीटिंग्स चल रहा है, वर्चुअल मीटिंग्स का क्लिक करके उसको पोस्टिंग कर दिया. Avoid. Use real life moments. Use image of few peoples. Use natural color, warm lights. Use the pictures which represent your diversity of your club. Every people of action image, use a caption. जैसे अभी थोड़ी देर पहले नारंग संदीप जी ने कहा, everything we are doing together we. So whatever your project is, if you are feeding someone, then your caption would be together we fight hunger. If you are doing a polio camp, so your caption would be together we end polio, and so on. You will get everything in the brand center. Now the end part of this. What are the benefits? Benefits are enormous. I will share some of this. People understand what Rotary does. It increases membership. It increases volunteers. It increases our partnership. It increases our donors. It attracts donors. It helps Rotary get noticed. It inspired your current members, and it helps expand our reach. So friends, I will end with a story for this incoming leaders. Once upon a time, there was a man who lives close to a mountain. Every time he was thinking of how it would be to climb on that mountain and what would I see there. And finally the day came and the man went on the journey. Arriving at the foot of that mountain, he met the first traveler. He met the first traveler and asked him, what you see there? But the traveler shares his story, but this was, the man feels it is very exhausted. I have to find another way to climb that mountain. So he continued his journey until he met another traveler. And he asked him the same question. Another traveler shares his story, but still he was not determined on which way to climb on that mountain and what would he see. So he continued his journey and met 30 more people. When he finished all these 30 people and talked to them, finally he decided that as I have listened everything from them, I don't need to climb on that mountain and I will not go there. Very unfortunate, this man never went on his journey himself. Some information and experience others can share with you. But my dear friends, my dear President-elect, it's you who has to invest right effort. Rotary is an opportunity. You have to invest right effort. So if you put your right effort, you can do wonders. So start your journey with the right effort. Thank you all the best.
Thank you, Sukhminder. Very nice practical observation you have given. I expect that all president-elects must have listened to you very intently. All these, what you have said, are so practical things. Taking, last time when we had a meeting with the president-elect, what he has said, that you are giving a poster and you are posing before there, doing nothing. What type of things you were, giving message to the community, exactly. Why not action-based? You make yourself do that thing. And to me, exactly, if you see my whole history, in my whole Rotary history, when I'm doing, I never, till I became the, governor nominee, I have never seen that, camera, because I am always be doing something in the camp or wherever it is. I want that people should be like that, who should do only action, not advertising. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now I have got our president, past district governor Sandhuji, past district doctor. I am really, Sandhuji, working with you in the 15-16 as a district chair MCS. We had a wonderful time. I still remember those days you came to our MCS camp, how you have encouraged the people exactly that day. Your gist for the people is really praiseworthy. And you were the past district, Rotarector, district Rotary chair, and you were, and now I invite Sandhuji collaborating with Rotarect. It's a subject since you are from the Rotary background. Thank you. And
thank you, DG. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Dear District Governor-elect Dr. Kuwar, the past district governors, fellow Rotarians, the incoming leaders and guest Rotaractors present, a very good evening to all of you. The topic given to me is collaborating with Rotaractors. And I love Rotaract because I was a past Rotaractor. Let us first understand what is Rotaract. There are many new Rotarians who do not know even what is the Rotaract. Rotaract is the youth wing of the Rotary. Rotaract means Rotary in action. Rotaractor is a service club for young people ages 18 years and above who are dedicated to finding innovative solution to the world's most pressing challenges while developing leadership skills and making friends from around the world. Rotaract clubs are members of Rotary International. Rotaract club decide how to organize and run their own clubs, manage their funds, and plan and carry out activities and service projects that are important to their communities. Clubs that sponsor Rotaract clubs offer guidance and support and work as partner in service, and that's we call collaborating with the Rotaract. So before how we can collaborate with the Rotaract, because Rotaract is the youth wing of the Rotary, let me share with you all a screen about the status of our Rotaract District 3240 as on 30th of May. I share the screen here now. Rotaract 3240, an overview of 2021. Let us start with the data on the clubs. Significant growth was seen in the year 2021 with opening up of 18 plus new clubs, majority all untouched areas, all closed clubs were also revived. As on first, there are 21 active Rotary clubs, but right now we are having 51 Rotaract clubs as on today. 18 new clubs were formed as per the data on rotary.org during this year. Membership. Let's see how the membership has grown this year. Highest was seen in the year 2021 with quality members with good backgrounds were inducted. Major membership drives were done with the bound targets. As on 1st July, the membership strength of Rotary in our district was 529 and today it is 1,200 as per Rotary.org. But in physical, the membership was 879 on 1st July and presently is approx 1,500 because many clubs have not reported the exact number of the members they have. Recently, from last 2 years, the Rotators are also allowed to join the Rotary at the same time. Dual membership can be enjoyed by them. On 1st July, there are 5 Rotators who are also a member of the Rotary, but as of now, it has grown to 15. All Harris fellow among the Rotators were 1 and now it is 4. This is the overview of the Rotary in our district 3240. So friends, 1500 members right now, which is almost 50% of the Rotary strength in our district. And this youth wing is direct volunteer for us who are always there to serve the society as per the guidelines. We will tie up with them from day to day. Moreover, the Rotary is going to be made more independent by the Rotary International and they are called the partner in the service. Until 30th June 2022, new Rotary clubs pay a one-time fee of $50 for certificate fee to the Rotary International. But a big is coming in the Rotary from 1st July 2022. Rotary clubs will have to pay the per capita dues as the Rotarians are paying, and that is $8 for community-based clubs per member, and for institutional-based clubs, it will be $5 per member. We can collaborate with the Rotary in many ways. Just I share some of my ideas with you. Celebrate with Rotary. Whenever a new club is chartered, organize a gala function with the help of the sponsoring club and celebrate the occasion, and it will build a better relationship between the Rotary and the Rotary. Sponsors clubs. The partnership between the Rotary clubs and their sponsored Rotary clubs can help each one of them grow and thrive. Hold joint planning meetings, assign sponsor club members as mentors, and find an enthusiastic advisor who can effectively connect Rotary and Rotary. Sponsor clubs are also encouraged to budget to help Rotary club leaders attend all necessary district training meetings. Rotary advisors. Who are the Rotary advisors? The sponsoring Rotary club appoint one of his members as the Rotary advisor who can of the Rotary and can report to the Rotary in regular meetings in regular time so that there can be a better understanding between the Rotary and Rotary. How the sponsors club or the advisors can support the Rotary clubs. Altogether, Rotary activities were depending on local custom. The support that sponsor clubs and advisors offers is, here are some of the, you can help the Rotary clubs to succeed. Facilitate the Rotary clubs by the advisors. Attend meetings, including Rotary board meetings, and act as a liaison between the sponsoring Rotary club and the Rotary club. Provide guidance during officers' election time. Help maintain accurate club records and manage their club funds. Ensure that the club president provides update club and member information to Rotary every year. And all the data of the Rotary club should be uploaded in the Rotary.org by the 30th of June every year. help coordinate Rotary Club's calendar of events with the sponsoring clubs as university schedules. Mentor and motivate. Create membership and professional development opportunities that match sponsor club members with Rotractors based on interest, career path, and expertise. It will help to develop better relation between the Rotract and the Rotary. Give Rotract members meaningful goals in Rotary Club meetings, and even as they want to play involve Rotary, and also invite the Rotractors regularly in the Rotary meetings and the Rotary project, so that a better relation, a better understanding between Rotract and the Rotary. We the Rotarians are there who can fund the projects, and the youth wing, the Rotracts, we can collaborate with them so that they can execute in the work, in the field, in the society, in the communities. So, and today's Rotractors will be the future Rotarians. This year, in the coming year, we have a target by the RI President, Mr. Shekhar Mehta, on membership growth. He has given a slogan, each one bring one. And he wants to grow the membership, especially in India, by 100%. So we have to be more focused on the membership. The Rotractors serving in the Rotary, Rotract, they can join the Rotary. We can invite them to join the Rotary. Moreover, the persons who have left the Rotract, we can welcome them in the Rotary. They are the ready-made known person about the ABC of the Rotary and can be an asset to the Rotary clubs. And our membership can grow. Right now, there are 1,500 Rotractors in compared to 3,300 Rotarians in our district 3240. Our strength of clubs is 98, whereas in Rotract is 51. Still gap is there. More Rotract clubs can be opened in our district. Many of the Rotary clubs have not sponsored even a single club till now. So it's my appeal to the incoming leaders, the president-elect. If your club has not sponsored a single Rotract club, please make sure that this year you open at least or sponsor one Rotract club, so that you can have a youth team to collaborate and execute your projects in the society for the betterment. Partner to serve. Rotractors are our partner in service. Volunteers at Rotract Club service projects and invite Rotractors to join the club projects and the fundraisers also. We can sponsor their projects, we can guide them, we can help them, and they will be the face of the Rotary in the community in the days to come. Because today's Rotractors will be the future Rotarians. And to get the more members, we have to be in touch with the Rotract so that they can get more interest and they should join the Rotary and they can collaborate with us in every aspect from day one. Help Rotract clubs develop sustainable service activities that aligns with Rotary area of the focus. We can guide them about the area of the focus. The Rotary have 7 area of focus, so that they can plan their projects and we can guide them and we can assist them as per the guidelines of the Rotary International. So we can collaborate with them in many ways. They are the ready-made force we have to execute our work. Volunteers. And they are and from 1st July 2022, when they are going to pay the per capita dues, they will be at par with the Rotarians serving through Rotary. So we should encase all these opportunities and we can collaborate with the Rotractors in many ways. Promote Rotract. So for this, we should promote Rotract in our district. This year, a big growth has already been registered in the Rotract, and I am sure that our incoming leaders, the president-elects, will focus more on the Rotract so that we can have a more team to work with us and collaborate with us in the year 21-22. All my good wishes to all the president-elects and our district governor-elect, Dr. Kumar, for a successful year 21-22. And I am sure that we will do and collaborate more with the Rotaries in the year and make a big change in serving the society, in serving the community in days to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Past District Governor. What a marvelous, growth of the Rotary in our district. Under the guidance of your past DRR and past District Governor like you. Can you imagine around 100 and more than 100% growth of Rotary in my district? Due to Rotary leadership like you, we could put our foothold in Arunachal Pradesh. I really congratulate now present DRR Tushar. He has done a frame under your guidance, sir. And he is a really asset to the Rotary. I always say, and the tremendous growth. What a marvelous work they are doing. What they are doing exactly in the flood relief. It's really wonderful. I like the all president-elects of our all Rotary clubs take the help of PDG Sandhuji and all, DRR, Tushar, and whoever Rotary are, they are all. My DAG also, he was also past, Rotary. So all they are so enthusiastic, so encouraging. Definitely, I appeal, have more Rotary club in your districts, in your respective areas, and sponsor one or two. Then only when you feel you'll be among the young, you'll feel very young. Thank you very much, Sandhuji, for your nice presentation. I really liked it. And thank you, bhai. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one is Devojit Goswami. Dashing Devojit Goswami, a Rotary Club president. He was also a Rotary. So may I request you, Devojit Goswami, a subject I have given you is the harnessing the youth. Rotarian President, Rotarian Devojit Goswami, Guwahati, please. Yeah.
At the very outset, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. At the very outset, I'm really thankful to DGE, Rotarian Dr. Kumar, for giving me this opportunity to speak on the harnessing youth. To be very honest, harnessing youth, whenever you talked about, whenever you told me that I need to speak on the topic, it's called harnessing youth. It seems to be it's a quite broad subject. It's such a huge subject. And after that, I going through, then significantly in the context of the Rotary, harnessing youth, it should have to be like this. मैं अगर हिंदी में बोलूं तो मुझे ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है और कभी-कभी ऐसा भी है कल ही मैंने एक गाना सुना था अभी तो मैं जवान हूं जब भी यूथ की बात करते हैं तो इसी तरह से आता है and Rotary believes in developing the new generation of leaders. Our programs, Rotary has various programs for the younger leaders to build leadership skills and expand education and learn the value of service. We do have various programs. अभी इतना ज्यादा मैं जाना नहीं चाहूंगा because D Chandu, the Rotarian D Chandu, he was famous as D Chandu for us. He was the DRR Chandu, so that he was known as D Chandu, one and only Chandu. So Chandu with us. So Chandu, what he did and what he did for the Rotaractors as a whole, and Rotaract के बारे में इसमें मुझे कुछ बात करना नहीं है. So that I want to talk about some other things also. For example, for the harnessing youth, the Rotary has other programs, various programs. For example, we do have interact clubs. The clubs, those who are having interact clubs, they might be aware of the interact groups. और अगर आपके पास में interact clubs नहीं है, तो you can start interact clubs. तो interact clubs में क्या होते हैं? There are two kinds of interact clubs. One is community based, and another is institutional based. इसका age group होता है 12 to 18 years. Just to develop the leadership skills amongst these youth, young people, so that you can have a institutional based interact club in the schools. अभी तो ये possible होगा या नहीं होगा, I don't know, because this is the situation we are going through. It is kind of पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन में कभी लॉकडाउन है, थोड़ा बहुत लॉकडाउन नहीं है, कभी है नहीं है। सो द थिंग इज दिस, आने वाला दिन काफी खुशनुमा होगा। इसी उम्मीद के साथ में आने वाले प्रेसिडेंट्स को मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि आपके वहीं पे अगर इंटर क्लब्स नहीं है, आप देखिए आपके जो आपका जुरिस्डिक्शन है, यू कैन गो टू एनी ऑफ द स्कूल्स। वहीं पे 12 टू 18 ईयर्स के 12 से 18 साल के जितने सारे बच्चे हैं, उन लोगों को लीडरशिप रोटरी के साथ में संजोग करके, उन लोगों को एक ही साथ में इकट्ठा करके, इफ यू वांट टू ग्रो देमसेल्फ, उनका लीडरशिप स्किल्स अगर डेवलप करना चाहते हैं तो यू कैन गो विद इंटर क्लब्स। एंड सम ऑफ द वेरी ग्रेट लीडर्स फ्रॉम द इंटर क्लब्स, फॉर एग्जांपल रितेश मिश्रू, ही वाज अ इंटरैक्टर, ही वाज अ डीआईआर। हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में बहुत सारे इंटरैक्टर्स हैं, सो दैट यू कैन हैव सच काइंड ऑफ लीडर्स फ्रॉम द इंटरैक्ट, और उन लोगों को रोटरी में आप लोग कोलैबोरेट कर सकते हैं, एंड यू कैन टेक देम एज ए रिसोर्स ऑफ रोटरी। सेकेंडली, रोटरी यूथ लीडरशिप अवार्ड्स प्रोग्राम, मेरे ख्याल से मैं ये चाहता हूं एक टाइम पे, बिकॉज आई एम ए रोट्रैक्टर, आई वाज ए रोट्रैक्टर, स्टिल वो रोट्रैक्ट करने का ये आता है, आई वाज ए रोट्रैक्टर, आई वाज ए डीआरआर, और आई हैव द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू अटेंड as a coordinator for 12 RILA, or I was very fortunate to have Rotarian, late Rotarian Dipankar Banerjee as my guru for the RILA. So that the thing is this Rotary Youth Leadership Awards program, ये प्रोग्राम कुछ खास है क्योंकि इसमें रोटरी क्या करते हैं, रोटरी सोसाइटी के लिए क्या करते हैं, रोटरी खुद के बारे में कुछ भी ना बता के लीडरशिप को कैसे डेवलप करना चाहिए, सोशल एस्पेक्ट में किस हिसाब से काम करना चाहिए, हाउ टू डेवलप लीडरशिप अमंग्स द पीपल, अमंग्स द सोसाइटी। सोसाइटी में बहुत सारे लोग हैं, सब लोगों को इकट्ठे संजोए और सब लोगों के साथ में किस हिसाब से सोसाइटी को डेवलप करने के लिए पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग किस हिसाब से लाना चाहिए, ये रायला के थ्रू किया जा सकता है, रोटरी यूथ लीडरशिप अवार्ड्स प्रोग्राम। और मेरे ख्याल से बहुत सारे प्रेसिडेंट्स, आने वाले प्रेसिडेंट्स को इसके बारे में पता है, एंड एवरीबॉडी इज अवेयर ऑफ दिस वन, और प्रोवाइडेड द थिंग इज दिस, यू शुड हैव टू गो विद रायला ऑर्गेनाइज कीजिए, और बहुत सारी यंग जनरेशंस के लोगों को रोटरी के बारे में बताइए, और सोसाइटी में पॉजिटिवली किस हिसाब से चलना चाहिए इसके बारे में कहना बहुत जरूरी होता है। रोटरी यूथ लीडरशिप अवार्ड्स के बारे में समय बहुत कम है, आई डू हैव ओनली 7 मिनट्स, अभी 5 मिनट खत्म होने को है, सो दैट मेरे हाथ में समय बहुत कम है। और 2 यूथ के लिए रोटरी का जो प्रोग्राम है, दैट इज रोटरी यूथ एक्सचेंज। रोटरी यूथ एक्सचेंज के बारे में, ये जो 15 टू 19 ईयर्स के स्टूडेंट्स का यूथ एक्सचेंज जिस हिसाब से होता है, उसी को आप लोग देखते रहिए। रोटरी एक्सचेंज बिल्ड अप पीस अमंग्स द यूथ। अभी कोविड सिचुएशन में आई डोंट थिंक इट इज पॉसिबल, एक जगह से एक जगह तक जाने के लिए काफी मुश्किल हो रहा है, क्योंकि अभी हम लोगों का इंटर डिस्ट्रिक्ट लॉकेज चल रहा है, मैं यहीं से और दूसरा डिस्ट्रिक्ट तक जाने के लिए भी मेरा प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, सो दैट आई डोंट थिंक इट इज फिजिबल राइट एट दिस मोमेंट ऑफ टाइम। और उम्मीद करते हैं ये जो वक्त है ये खत्म हो जाएगा बहुत जल्दी, और उसके बाद में यू विल बी एबल टू गो विथ रोटरी यूथ एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम। और आखिर में और एक प्रोग्राम आता है, न्यू जनरेशन सर्विस एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम। न्यू जनरेशन सर्विस एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम इज अ शॉर्ट टाइम प्रोग्राम है, ये कस्टमाइज्ड प्रोग्राम है फॉर स्पेसिफिकली फॉर द यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट्स। ये अप टू एज लिमिट इन लोगों का है 30 इयर्स। ये पार्टिसिपेंट्स का ये डिजाइन का ये जो प्रोग्राम है, इसी हिसाब से अगर न्यू जनरेशन सर्विस एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम करें तो बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन वक्त हमारे खिलाफ है, और उम्मीद करते हैं वक्त बहुत जल्दी अच्छा हो जाएगा। इसी उम्मीद के साथ मैं एक बात आपसे कहना चाहूंगा, हमेशा वक्त ऐसा ही नहीं रहता है, और पैंडेमिक पॉजिटिव आजकल ये होता है, पैंडेमिक पॉजिटिव है तो बहुत खराब है, और पैंडेमिक निगेटिव है तो बहुत अच्छा है। लेकिन इसी पॉजिटिव पैंडेमिक के बीच में एक बात आपको कहना चाहूंगा, आई वांट टू आस्क एवरीबॉडी, सभी लोगों से ये मेरी गुजारिश है, वैक्सीनेशन करवाइए। वैक्सीनेशन के बाद में आफ्टर द सेकेंड डोज का 1 महीने के बाद में एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट करवाइए, बिकॉज आई डिड इट, मैं खुद बता सकता हूं, माई एंटीबॉडी काउंट इटसेल्फ इज 194.8। मैंने दोनों वैक्सीनेशन करवा लिया, कोविशील्ड का दोनों डोज लगवा लिया, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, आई फील इट्स क्वाइट नाइस। घर में बैठे बहुत मजा कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि मेरा अभी मैं घर में हूं, लेकिन हॉस्पिटल मेरा लगातार आना जाना रहता है। और इस उम्मीद के साथ मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा, आप सभी लोग खुश रहिए, खुशनुमा माहौल बनाइए, पॉजिटिव सोच दिमाग में लाइए, घर के सभी लोगों को बहुत प्यार दीजिए और यूथ को रोटरी के प्रति और भी आग्रहित कीजिए। इसी उम्मीद के साथ मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा, रोटरी जिंदा है, रोटरी जिंदा रहेगा और रोटरी जिंदाबाद रहेगा। और कुंवर जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच, एंड ऑल द पीडीजीज एंड एवरीबॉडी, आप सभी लोगों का शुक्रिया अदा करते हुए आज के लिए इसी उम्मीद के साथ में शब्बा खैर कहना चाहूंगा। गुड नाइट, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
डैशिंग डिवोजिट, रियली डैशिंग। अरे भाई एक चुटकुला हो जाए ना, अभी इतना एक्सेलेंट में एक चुटकुला तो कम से कम हो जाए ना।
अच्छा, मैं एक गीत सुनाता हूँ, ये आप लोगों को आप लोगों को पता होगा, मैं बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ केएल सहगल जी का, कुंदन लाल सहगल। ही इज द फर्स्ट प्लेबैक सिंगर ऑफ इंडिया। उन्हीं का गीत, अगर कुंदन लाल सहगल जी आज के मौजूदा गीत अगर गाते तो किस तरह से गाते, वही आपको सुनाना चाहूंगा, क्योंकि मैं गीत का बहुत शौकीन हूँ। तो कुंदन लाल सहगल जी को एक बार गुजारिश किया गया, जो आज का जो गीत है, मौजूदा गीत है, कुंदन लाल सहगल जी ने गुजारिश किया कौन सी गीत है, तो उनको सुनाया गया, तुम पास आए यूं मुस्कुराए, तुमने न जाने क्या सपने दिखाए, अब तो मेरा दिल जागे न सोता है, क्या करूं हाय, कुछ कुछ होता है। कुंदन लाल सहगल जी के अंदाज में सुनाना चाहूंगा। तुम पास आए यूं मुस्कुराए, तुमने न जाने क्या सपने दिखाए, अब तो मेरा दिल जागे न सोता है, क्या करूं हाय, कुछ कुछ होता है, कुछ कुछ होता है। नमस्कार।
हाँ,
थैंक यू।
कुछ कुछ होता है। थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
On time. Yeah, Danny, thank you very much. That was it.
Thank you.
So
Okay,
easy way you have explained everything. Excellent. That's the way you got to do. Thank you. सब दिन हंसते रहो भाई, हंसते रहो. That's good. Thank you. Now may I call upon past district governor Kalpana ma'am for literacy, because one of the focus area of the RIP is RILM, Rotary India Literacy Mission. So may I ask our past district governor Kalpana Baidu for a literacy overview and elder literacy, madam, and your time, madam.
Good evening. Chief guest of this district assembly, PDG Sandeep, Governor-elect, Dr. Mohan Sham Kaur, my colleagues from the Council of Governors, the just to be installed presidents, district and club leaders, DRR and other Rotarians present here. And of course, I must mention two persons who have been very much instrumental in the success of this event, Rotarian Orindam and Dr. Danny. Good evening to all of you. It's a pleasure to be speaking very briefly on a subject. Danny, can I have the first slide, please?
Yes, I'll be showing.
Arindam is doing it, Venu. I've given it.
Thank you, Arindam.
Yes.
Yes, because I had been asked to give an overview of literacy and overview with special focus on adult literacy. Now, literacy is such a huge subject, and more so in a country like India, where there is so much to be done. And you all know that there are 5 components to it. I would just like to draw the attention of our members here this evening to certain observations that I have made. First is the teach component. T stands for teacher support. And there we find that the award section is going on fine. You know, we recognize the teachers, clubs have been doing it, and they have been doing very well. And, you know, this is a very popular program as far as literacy is concerned. But I think there is much to be done in teacher support in the field of teacher training. I had been a part of the National Committee of Teacher Support, and I find that our district needs to do a lot more, you know, in this field. We have experienced people like, you know, I was the first, you know, district chair of teacher support, and Dr. Bibhas Das Purokasto, he's a very knowledgeable person, a great trainer. And we have people like that, and I understand the Rotarian Indira Gogoi is also, you know, coming in for, I think she's coming in for adult literacy. So I think all the people who are, you know, the respective chairs of the teach committee of our district, I would request them particularly to please put emphasis on the weak areas which we have. So there needs to be more done for teacher training. And, you know, we can always work out different partnerships. Now, as far as e-learning is concerned, you know, the Union Education Minister, Ramesh Pokhriyal, was there in a virtual event because of the schools being closed and all that. You know, the CBSE books, you know, the e-version of the CBSE books have been done from class 1 to 10. And, you know, the government of India, you know, is very much appreciative of this fact. And we look forward to that day when, you know, there are so many constraints and the numbers have to be more. But we definitely look forward to when e-books can be available for, you know, students in our district. We have so many languages in our district. Then I'll go on, I'll dwell on adult literacy just after this. Child development. Child development is one area where I think the emphasis, more emphasis has to be given now during the time of pandemic, because you find that people, you know, children from the slums, you know, and they live in confined rooms, and there is so much nowadays, there's so much abuse, and they don't have smartphones. Some of our clubs are trying to give them smartphones, but we find that, you know, now we have to pay attention to these children who are marginalized. So, you know, children maybe of sex workers. I had seen just the other day on TV, you know, Rotary, I think some citizens of Silchar going to those areas. But what about the children who are there in those areas? And also in the jails, they're having huge problems in the jail. And sometimes you find young children living with their mothers there. And of course, Happy Schools is just going to be taken up after me by Sailesh, so I won't dwell on this. So we know that literacy is, you know, there are two things. There are two things when we talk about adult literacy. There are two components to it. One is that making people able to read. That is, at least they should be able to read the signpost. They should be able to do simple mathematic calculations. They should be able to read the newspapers, read aloud. And we do know that, you know, when adults, when they receive this education, the learning skills, they are hugely benefited, because they can also go to the bank and do their own work, and it really enhances their self-esteem. And now also they would be out of the reach of money lenders. Perhaps they would put their thumb impression on a piece of paper without knowing what it's all about, and even while traveling. So we find that this gives them a great self-esteem. And so there is a huge benefit in making people literate. I would like the next slide, please. Now, this is the structure. So, you know, this is the structure of the adult literacy. Can you please go on to the next one? Because I'm trying to cut short on the presentation. Yes, please. The next one, Arindam. So this is, you see the literacy rate. 12 states are below national average. and how many, approximately 28 crores adult non-literates, which is really brings down the literacy rate of the entire country. So India, unfortunately, has 1/3 of the non-literate people in the entire world, which is a very bad spot for us. Yes, please, the next one. So this you can see, and here in Northeast India, there is this state of Mizoram. I'm sure that there are, members from the Rotary Club of Aizawl and Kerala, of course, and Mizoram. And there, I think Mizoram literacy is definitely above 90%, must be about 92%. But I had looked at this problem earlier, and if I won't go into the details, and I had tried to get it sorted out. So we want that Mizoram in our district should be one of the districts in the states in the country to be 100% literate, and it would be possible. So anybody from the Rotary Club of Aizawl can contact me. I will give you I will share with you the insights I had got regarding making Mizoram 100% literate. Can I have the next slide? So these are the need to work across India. So as we want the literacy map to go become green, we want everyone to go above 90%. Yes, please, the next one. So these are the different approaches. So like we can join hands with partner organizations and for total literacy. And MOUs have already been signed with these partner organizations. We have already had partnerships with with the Brahma Kumaris. We have already had a partnership with them, and also an MOU has been signed with Bharat Scouts and Guides. And this week, we are trying to have, in fact, I'm trying to help out in this, to have a virtual meeting with the incoming international president, Shekharji, and the head of the Director General of NCC in India. We are in touch with the NCC and the NSS. So if, our Rotarians here, we are all well connected. If you can think of other organizations, big organizations with whom we can partner, Rotary India Literacy Mission would be very happy to partner with these organizations. Yes, please, the next one. And so the partner organizations, can help out. We can do it together. They can be, we can be holding the examinations, and this is their part of it. So once you locate a partner organization, and if we can have any tie-up with these sort of organizations, it's going to be pan-India because their presence is all over the country. So we are trying, more for a pan-India approach. Yes, please, the next one. So these are some of the models. You see the Siksha Diksha model. The Siksha will be with the NGOs. And unfortunately for us, I find one big problem here is that, we do not have very credible NGOs with which we can work. The Asha Kiran, for instance, our members had said that why do we need to pay money for the Asha Kiran program? And we had done it, I think we had done it in the past, and then there was, dissent that we shouldn't do it because work is not being done. I would request you, my fellow members, that kindly identify some organizations which are credible, which can impart, this sort of a training in our part of the country, in our district.
Definitely.
And this has to be approved by Rotary India Literacy Mission. And once their credentials are good, I'm quite sure this can be done. So this will definitely be of great advantage. So our, we feel bad about this fact that we don't have, such organizations, but let us look around. Let us try to identify those organizations with whom we can work. Yes, please, the next one. So, Diksha, again, where we either the NGO identifies these young children, or we have the school authorities identifying them, and there are certain modules how we go about it. But we find that young children, when they are given this responsibility, they are very happy about it, because they feel good. Right in the beginning, I had shown elderly lady being taught by a young child, and so they feel very happy about it, the young children. So let us try to get their enthusiasm, right? Can we go on to the next one, please? And this is where Rotary clubs set up these centers of bringing dignity through education. Because dignity, this is what we are giving that person. That person didn't ever have the opportunity to learn the letters himself or herself, and feels very bad about it, putting that thumb impression when somebody in the bank asks an elderly lady that please sign here, and she says I can't sign. So she feels very bad about it. So this is all about self-respect, and definitely our Rotary clubs have been doing excellent work, and we can focus more in these areas. The next one, please. So we have to conduct a survey, and this is the teaching material and availability. I'm very glad to share with you that the Assamese version of the primer is ready.
Okay,
I had it done here in Dibrugarh, and it is now in Guwahati, and Vibhasta had helped us also in getting it done. So we will need to raise money. We'll need to raise money and probably try to get sponsorship. Our current DG also said that he would help out, but with the situation as it is, like things haven't moved, but it is ready. And for your information, there are copies. There would be there are copies also in the Nepali language. Our past governor Udaymani Pradhan had taken the trouble of getting it done in Nepali, and this was very much appreciated by the Rotarians of Nepal, and they got the idea, but there is a little bit of difference in the language, so they have made their own. But the DG last year called me up from Nepal, and he was very happy about it. And we also have the primer being made in the Manipuri language. Past President Laila Irom, she had very, in a very short time, she had it had it translated. The Hindi version of the book is already uploaded in the adult literacy portal. And so these are, you can just have a look at it. So, the primer has been developed by RILM, and we need to find out, we need sponsors, and we need to find out whether we can, go in for other languages. We need to get the books done, because our books are much less voluminous. You find that the government books are boring, and they are much bigger in size. So these are the teaching, please the next slide, please. So this is the recognition criteria. And please go on to the next one. I think this information will be coming. And this is Vision 2025. 2021, it was 50 lakhs. And by 25, we have to cover, we have to provide the, learning skills to 6 crore non-literate adults. And that is a very big task. And please realize that we can't do things in a small scale. We have to print a large number of books. We have to get sponsorships. We have to, do it in a very big way. We have to involve much more people. We have to involve young students, and we really have to go ahead. Yes, please, the next slide. So this is skill development, which is also connected with adult literacy. And, this again gives a lot of dignity. And we do have, projects. Last year also, there was a project with Apollo Healthcare. And I don't think any of our clubs took this opportunity. But let us be aware of the development. And now, especially, more than ever before, it's so important with people losing jobs, the daily wage earners losing jobs. Let us try to find out, what we can do in the field of skill development. And I'm very glad that Rotarian Krishna Barua, who is heading this mission, and, on behalf of the government of Assam, and she had yesterday, I was there during the meeting, and she had promised that she would, offer her services, as she is, in charge of training, in charge of skill development. I am quite sure, Dr. Kuwar, that this can be a great opening for us. The government coming to us, a government representative who also happens to be our person, coming to us and offering her help is a very great
Thank you very
thing.
much.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I think we should start, from now itself, we should start on this. Next one, please. So this is the support from Rotary India Literacy Mission, the training part, the online portal, and the certificates, of course, are given every year to the teachers, and the club recognition, which you had just seen. So I'm so glad to be able to share these thoughts with you. Rotarians make the best use even in adverse circumstances, and I'm quite sure that we will be able to, take this forward. And also, this is something we are going to contribute to India becoming totally literate. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhaja. Thank you,
Take care.
PDG Kalpana. Exactly. In a short time, RILM to discuss literacy is a very, very big subject. And probably we'll have another meeting later on. And I appeal, whatever Madam has said, especially on adult literacy, we can do mass about that. And I appeal to all the president-elects, take note of that, especially research training and adult literacy. These two areas we can do so many things. And skill development, as Madam has already mentioned, yesterday we had a talk with Krishna. This will be a good program for us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam. Now I invite the last paper today of my member, exactly, Rotarian mate from my own club, Rotarian Silas, who is probably one of the person I always ask him, please see me where I am doing fault. Here is the Rotarian Silas. Your speech will be on happy school. Rotarian Silas.
Okay. Thank you, Kumoda.
Yeah.
Is my, I think my screen is visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Just make it full screen. Huh?
Yeah. It's full screen right now. Okay.
Yes. I haven't seen you there.
It's visible right now, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, you are not visible.
I'm not visible.
Your screen is visible. Okay, yes. You can continue.
I'm also, yeah. Okay. So very good evening, Rotarians present today. What a honor to speak in front of such an august gathering. So without wasting much time, I just received a interesting joke from in a group. So I'll just share it. So Sarita, who happens to be a very good teacher, she was teaching in a class. She asked the students, tell me, where is Taj Mahal? The students rose their hand and said, ma'am, it's in Agra. The teacher said, wrong. Students are confused. She says, it's in Guwahati. The children go back home, tell their parents that today ma'am told that Agra is in Guwahati. So parents are all offended, all angry. They come to the school next day, they come and start charging the teacher. So what are you teaching to the students? She said, now that all of you are here, let me inform you that you have not paid the school fees for last 6 months. So till you clear all the dues, the Taj Mahal is going to remain in Guwahati. So this is what a fun school would look like. So coming to the point, the Happy School program aims to upgrade the infrastructural and co-scholastic facilities in state-funded schools. I have underlined it because it has to be a state-funded school to make them secure, attractive, and happy learning places for students and teachers. So the annual status of educational report gives this data. So we have scope of 41%. This is pan-India. So 41% is the scope to build a boundary wall in schools, 34% to to build playgrounds, 21% remaining to have libraries, usable toilets is 34%, usable girls, teachers toilet and girls toilet is somewhere around 30 to 40%, and drinking water facilities still 24% schools lack that facility. So how much scope is there to to work in the Happy School segment? So what is the objective? The objective of Happy School program is to provide or upgrade the infrastructural and co-scholastic facilities in government or government-aided schools to make them secure, attractive, and happy learning places for students and teachers to prevent dropout. It's very important. So as this says, so a happy school, to declare a school to be happy, it has to have all these 9 components. It should comply to this. The first is it should have a building, a clean painted building. Second is it should have drinking water. Third, hand washing stations should be there. Adequate and functional toilet facilities for both boys and girls. Play materials and game and sports equipment should be there. Library has to be there. The children should have shoes and school bags. The school should have a staff room and bench and desk, which are one of the primary things the children should have in their classrooms. So these are the 9 components which are supposed to be there. So Happy School implementation. So what are the steps involved? First is to decide the location and number of schools to be converted. Second, for selecting a happy school, it is recommended that the club surveys 5 government schools. So I just format it. We have to survey schools and talk to the stakeholders, talk to the teachers, talk to the management committee members, and find out what are the requirements. And when we walk in, we can see physically. So that survey is very important. So finalizing the facilities, what are the facilities we are going to provide? So for example, if the school, out of these 9 components, if the school lacks 6, so we'll have to give the 6. So the best thing would be to survey schools where if we have a club with less finance, so we can identify schools where we have to give less number of things and complete the thing. So the 9 components are met. So we have to arrange the funding facilities that's there. We can even involve the community people to come forward. Now, as we have done in Tinsukia, Rotary Club of Tinsukia, we have a big happy school. I'll show the photograph later on. We've involved the community also, and we have to upload the project in the format which is there in RILM website. So let's do the maths. I'm talking about the practical aspect of converting a school into a happy school. So how much does a painted, a well-maintained, these are the 9 components. So the painted and well-maintained secure buildings, the cost, it will vary from 50,000 if you just need to do minor repairs and paint it up. So it's 50,000, and the above budget is Shraddha Aapki. So how much is the capacity? You can do that. So clean and adequate drinking water for both students and teachers. Or you get a simple filter for as low as 500 rupees. So I'm still 1,000 to even if we want to install RO facility, that's around 50, 60, 70,000. So that all depends. Hand washing stations. So we can have a normal, a simple one starting from 20,000, and we can go above. Adequate and functional separate toilets for boys and girls. So we can have, we have surveyed a school recently where it doesn't have a toilet. In the name of toilet, they don't have anything. The children, they go to neighbor people's residence to use the toilet, or they go to the tea gardens. So to have a tin sheet toilet, at least we have a covered toilet. So we can start it from 20,000. And if you want to build a cemented running water toilet facility, so it can go above. Play materials, games and sports equipments, we can start with footballs, this thing. So it will hardly cost anything, carom boards. So we can start with a small package of 5,000 rupees. And if you want to install all those multi gaming stations kind of thing. So that will cost around 1 to 2 lakhs of rupees, the simple ones. Library is a very important aspect again. So library, we can have, that rack where we can put books. Many of Rotarians, we have books, comics, which our children have already used it, and probably they are no longer reading it. So it would be learning, it would be lying somewhere gathering dust. So we can pick them up at least to start with, and we can, but make sure that we at least share with them, the children of the school, some age specific and their language specific books. Otherwise, just creating a library for the sake of creating a library doesn't make any sense. Shoes and school bags for students, we can start per student, it will start from 500 to 1000 rupees. So if a school has, government schools normally have very less enrollments. So if you think of, 50 students, on the higher side, we have 50,000 rupees, and everybody has shoes and school bag coming to school. You can even add on pullovers. They hardly cost around 200 rupees nowadays. So well-maintained space for teaching staff. Again, if you just repair it, paint it, there might be rooms in the school. So it'll hardly cost around 5,000. And again, rest is Shraddha Aapki. And for benches and desks, we purchased here for as low as 2,800. A very good wooden desk we purchased for 2,800. But you don't get it everywhere. So 4 to 7,000 per pair, you get very good desks and benches. So we can, this will give an idea how much, we need. We can do a budget. Suppose we just need to give, because most of the schools will have buildings and everything. So, and probably, we just need to give, suppose the library will cost around 5 to 10,000 rupees. Play materials, sports equipment, 5,000 rupees. Suppose, if well-maintained, some shoes and bags, 50 students, 50,000 rupees, and clean hand washing station. So we can make one school happy by just spending as low as 1 lakh rupees. So this is how we can plan. So each club we can plan, one happy school every year, and it's not very costly. We can actually do it. This is practical, and we have done it. Probably the cost may vary from place to place. Probably a hilly region might, you can add 10-20% to the actual cost. For cities like Calcutta or Siliguri, you can lower the cost. So it's more or less on that range only. So till now, it's very, in the whole pan India, we have just converted 2,950 schools to happy schools. There are lots of work to be done, and aren't we ready to do it? I think we can. So this is a glimpse of the Rotary Happy School we have constructed in Tinsukia. And one more very important thing, we can have series of projects in Happy School. What we do nowadays is and these are, I'll sharing before sharing that, these are the certain photographs of schools converted to Happy Schools. I have taken it from RLM website. See, these desks and benches hardly cost 3,000 rupees. And see, hand washing stations, and they might have a wall. We just need to put on the. It's not expensive. If they're a little innovative, we can do it. So this filter would hardly cost 1,000 rupees. So we can do it. It's very easy. Little innovation, little creativity is required, and we can do wonders. And we can involve. We need to involve with the school children. What we do in Sukia, we celebrate 26 January with them. We celebrate 15th August with them. We celebrate Children's Day with them, and they look forward for our visit to their schools. And let me tell you, the school earlier had an enrollment of around 50 to 60 children. The whole school used to have that. Nowadays, the headmaster says, "Sir, आप लोग ने क्या कर दिया? मेरे को last में admission मना करना पड़ रहा है. मेरे पास जगह नहीं बचता." So the school enrollment has also jumped to around 150. Just imagine the impact a small step of Rotary has done. So thank you. Any questions I wanted to take, but time is not there. Any questions you can shoot to me. I have given my email ID also, so we can talk. And let's make the magic. Let's do the magic. And we Rotarians are magicians, and it's not a difficult task. Thank you so much. Over to
Thank
the
you,
host.
Celis. Excellent presentation. It's a very nicely articulated presentation. We have done it in Tinsukia. It's a very good school. Whenever we go, I feel related there. Whenever, at least all the times we go, really, I propose all the president-elects take the cue of these slides. What we have done out here in Tinsukia, you can replicate it in your clubs. And as a target also, per club, we have got 2 happy schools. If we can, really, I shall be very happy. And probably we can have also global grant on these under the WAS headings. With these viewers, thank you, Celis. Now, because the time is already 8:15, I'll hurriedly go to other 2, 3 items probably. Now one is goal setting by district goal and goal setting by clubs by District Secretary General PP, past President Ratan Manoj Moore. Please, Ratan, Manoj Moore.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, friends. Regarding the goal settings, the district goals and the goal setting by the clubs, I think the district goals have already circulated to all the clubs through the respective assistant governors. If any club who have not received it, please contact to their assistant governors. Secondly, the goals which is mandatory for the clubs to be set is already uploaded to our new website. Danny will share the screen and in very short he will give you the details. Please go through it because if you read out it will take more time. Danny, please.
Yeah, Arindam is doing it. Arindam, please do it.
So this is the goal.
Actually, Danny, it is not. We have a PowerPoint presentation.
Wait, just one second, just one.
Yeah.
This one you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
This is our PowerPoint presentation. Arindam, वहाँ में क्या होना इसको? जो mandatory goals है. Yeah, these are the goals which are mandatory. Go.
Okay.
ठीक है, जाने दो इसको. These are the mandatory goals which all the clubs have to set. Thank you, Arindam. So, friends, remember that whatever goals set here by our district governor-elect is to move us forward and spur positive change in the society. Because internal satisfaction is a great thing, but external rewards can be immensely satisfying too. When you accomplish a goal, you have devoted time and efforts to your success. In coming year, we hope all the clubs of our district will not lose the opportunity to get the RI and district citation. Thank you so much. Thank you, Arindam.
Just to add, we will be this presentations and the district goals. Everything is available at the dge3240.org website for download, and also we will post it in the different Shakers WhatsApp groups.
Thank you. These are all there in the DG website group, and I like to share here also. We have upload today also. I have asked you to upload district committee shares and subcommittee shares.
Yes, it is uploaded.
It is there.
It is
and
uploaded.
You can all
it's already uploaded.
See all the district shares and
this one you can see.
Shares. You can go there and see him.
Yeah.
And there you just have a contact with them, work with them, and talk with them. They will definitely there to help you. Like say conference share, all are there exactly. Alumni share, all are there. Thank you, and yeah, Manoj. Now, may I call upon our District's Secretary, gratitude and recognition. Rotarian past President Sumitra Goswami, for your Rotary citations, please. RI and district citation. Sumitra is there?
Yes, she is there.
Yeah.
Sumitra, unmute yourself.
Yes.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Good evening. After so much of brilliant deliberations, I promise all of you that I will not take much time here now. Good evening, Chief Guest of the evening, PDG Sandeep Naranji, District Governor-elect Dr. Kaur, galaxy of past governors, incoming leaders, and my dear Rotarian friends. At the very outset, I would like to convey my thanks and my gratitude to District Governor-elect Kaur for bestowing me with this huge responsibility and giving me an opportunity to speak here today. As the French writer, philosopher Voltaire had very rightly said, appreciation is a very wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. And let me also quote John F. Kennedy when I say that we, the District Committee for the year 21-22, under the able leadership of our Governor, Dr. Kaur, must, within I quote, find time to stop and thank those people who make a difference in our lives, unquote. And as almost always happens, every club leader surely would like to be appreciated at the end of their respective term for whatever they have achieved or have tried to achieve. Well, friends, I will be taking you through a few slides wherein are mentioned the required eligibility criteria in order to get the prestigious Rotary International President citation and the District Governor's citation. But due to the paucity of time, I will not go through each and every goal mentioned. However, as Danny has also mentioned, there is no need to worry, as all the president-elects will also be getting a copy of this presentation in their respective email IDs. So now let's go and see what is one of the most important questions, which is almost always in the minds of the new club office bearers, especially in the minds of the club leadership. Danny, can I share my screen?
Yes.
Yes, you are a co-host, you can.
Okay. Do I share my screen now? So this is the question in everybody's minds. Wonder what the qualification criteria for this year will be.
Will make it full screen?
Okay.
If you
Yeah,
can
just
find,
go to that play. Just go to that play sign on the right side down. Yeah.
Yeah, done?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So for citation, for the RI citation, the clubs must have to ensure the following. I will not read through everything because it will take time. I think I should just go off to the next slide. And these are the mandatory goals for the district governor citation. Kindly take a note, and all of you can take photos also if you all want. Should I proceed to the next slide?
Yeah, we will be sending these presentations anyway, so
okay.
you can just.
So these are the mandatory goals. And for the membership goals, there are 6 goals, out of which 3 of them should be achieved. Similarly, in the foundation, out of the 6 goals, at least 4 goals must be achieved. The service goals, out of 7, at least 4 goals have to be achieved. Then for the new generations, out of 7 goals, again, 4 goals must be achieved. This is for technology in Rotary. Out of 5 goals, 4 goals must be achieved, because this is very, very important nowadays. International out of six goals mentioned, at least 3 must be achieved. That's it for the goals. And the period is from the 1st of July 2021 to the 30th of June 2022. And the respective assistant governors of all the zones can assist the clubs in achieving the DG citation. That's it. Kindly go through all these goals in your respective email IDs. You'll be receiving it very soon. And I will not take much of your time. Thank you so much. And thank you, Huarda, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Sumitra. You have gone through because the time is very short. We have already overshooted time around by almost 1 hour. Now, may I ask our conference chair, past President Dr. Swaraj Bhattacharya, for promotion of the Mahaba, the confluence. Dr. Swaraj.
Yes, yes, please. Danny, will you please allow me to share the screen?
You are allowed. You are allowed, sir. You are allowed already.
Thank you so much. Dear friends in Rotary, good evening, everybody. Thank you, our district governor-elect, Rotary Dr. Mohan Sam Kumar, sir, to share the podium on behalf of the team Mohabahu to promote the district conference. I like to share a very small video of 3 minutes or so made by a non-professional persons during this event of lockdown. Am I audible?
Yes, very much audible.
So as the sound is not there, you have to optimize the sound over there.
Yeah, one second, sir, please. Please, sir, please.
You optimize the sound.
Yes. Sorry, very sorry. Yes. I'll just for a minute, I'll just show you. 1 second. Can you see?
Yes,
No.
we see.
Sound is there?
No, sharing has not
No,
started.
nothing is there. Nothing. You haven't shared. You haven't shared till now.
Screen is not there.
1 second, sir. 1 second. Just screen sharing again.
When you click on screen share, there will be one button. It says optimize sound for video. They just click on that one also.
Again, I'll do. Share screen. Share sound.
Share screen is not working.
Yeah, now it will work.
Yeah.
Now sound is coming?
महाबाहु ब्रह्मपुत्र महामिलনৰ তীৰ্থ কত যুগ ধৰি আহিছে প্ৰকাশী সমন্বয়ৰ অৰ্থ
Mahababa Brahmaputra. Oh, the mighty Brahmaputra, the abode of many a confluence. For millennia, it has illumined to mankind the true import of assimilation.
Good evening, fellow Rotarians of our District 3240. I, on behalf of the organizing committee of District Conference, the Mohaba, the Confluence, with Rotary-led family and friends, being planned on 7th, 8th, and 9th January 22. Fellow Rotarians, the District Conference allows you to meet, greet, exchange, and celebrate Rotary. In addition, also you can plan to visit the places in and around Tinsukia, also the picturesque beauty of Arunachal Pradesh, which is 2 hours drive from Tinsukia. Friends, with open heart and open arm, Minu and myself eagerly waiting to host you and make the event memorable one. Thank you.
Rotarians, Tinsukia calls you once again. After a span of long hibernation, we the Rotarians are gasping for fellowship and enjoyment. Please do encourage us by your presence with family and friends. We are ready to host the conference with the best of ambience, motivating speeches, stimulating dialogue on Rotary matters, colorful entertainment, and above all, a warm hospitality and a comfortable stay. All we can promise at the end, we will be leaving you with the happy memories of Tinshukia and the elated district conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Conference Chair. Dr.
Just 30 seconds more. 30 seconds more. Could you hear the new sound? Sound is there.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. We had so many beautiful things to see nearby. Please do register and remember, jab tak saas tab tak aas. Do not lose your heart. Get yourself and your family vaccinated, and we'll be surely in a safe world where we'll enjoy and fellowship together in our conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Swaraj. Last 2 years, we have missing the fellowship of Rotary, the district conference. Why not I appeal all my Rotarian friends, all the clubs leaders, come and enjoy Tinsukia. You will see the hospitality of the Rotarians of Tinsukia on our June 12. That is there. I strongly appeal, and thank you very much. Thank you, Swaraj, excellent presentations. Now the time is for gratitude. Isn't it, Danny, in the schedule?
Your time.
Yeah. It's a time for gratitude for me. Friends, last 3 days, especially today, I had the opportunity to having interact with you. I must thank our gratitude to chief guest, Sandeep, past district Sandeep Naran, who has so eloquently told about the plan, exactly what is the strategic plan of Rotary today. All the speakers spoke very, very well, and you have selected, I must bow to you that you have done your job perfectly, and all my assistant governors, behind the scenes, all the workers, especially both the coordinators, Danny and Arindam, you are doing excellent work. And really, and all the participants, may President selection or Rotarians. Let us make this year a great year, extraordinary year. Because today, what? Can you tell me anybody? Today, what is the significant day today? Today is the International Everest Day. Today, Tenzing Norgay conquered, Edmund Hillary conquered the Everest in 1953. This is being celebrated all over the world. So, my president-elects, be a monument like Everest next year. We like to see you a tall deer in the Rotary world. And with my best wishes, and I assure you, I will always be by the side whenever you feel you seek my advice or help. Personally, I have all your numbers. Whenever any Rotarian calls me, I always pick up. Despite my any business, anything, I'll just pick up. If I in OT, then I'll definitely call pick up. And as a professional also, if you need any help, I like to have any of the young parents are there, all Rotarian youngs are there, some are with their grandchildren also. If you need any professional also, I'm there. I really enjoyed your companionship last 3 days, and thank you very much. God bless you. Stay safe, stay blessed, and let us do the Rotary works, I mean, very diligently, and let us be a prominent one. And let us meet again on your 13th of June for a special session on budget. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now we are open for fellowship.
Yeah, open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything, let us, how was it exactly? Any